All right, people, welcome to the show. And this one is Denver in a Mango Tree. Please go out and support this one. You can find this book on Amazon, and also it caters to ages 5 through to 9 years old. So get it for your son, your daughter, your nieces, your nephew, your grandchildren, and let them have a good read. It was written by a Jamaican, Jody and Francis, and also illustrated by a Jamaican, Wayne Carnegie. Support the Jamaicans in this one, people. This is Denver in a Mango Tree. And again, you can find it on Amazon. And I'm certain a lot of you do online shopping. Stay tuned as we get the program kick off after this.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
All right, people, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. Yeah, man, we are here, people. Trusting that everybody is doing well and everybody is doing all right. So, big show on tonight. Yes, quick and fast. As you can see, some enthralling encounters today. And draw for the blue book, people. When I draw for the blue book, I know it go. So big up to all the people who have logged on to support the coaches desk. Thank you very much for your support. Welcome to the persons on Facebook. Thanks very much for tuning in. It's the World Cup. It's one of the greatest show, if not the greatest show on earth. The World Cup. When it comes on to sports, World Cup. Nobody can beat that. Nothing can beat that. It's the greatest. All right. It has been labeled the greatest. They played a beautiful game. Samba football. Wait. So let me go down a trajectory there, man. All right, let me not get into that yet, just yet. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Chris. Welcome to Brian Martin. Big up yourself with there. Side win today, eh? Gregory Reed. Big up yourself and welcome. Fear Spot, good night. What's up? What's happening? Gregory Reed. Gregory. You see the light, Gregory. You saw the light. Yes, man. You saw the light. You saw the light. And it is a bright, shining light. So we have completed day 4 of the championship. And it has been a good championship so far. So on day 1, the host, they lost. Yes. Day 2, England steamrolled Iran. Hit them for 6. No mercy. You know what I mean? So, loser of the day 1, the host, Qatar. Winners of day 2, England. Day 3, losers, Argentina. They were upset by Saudi Arabia, 2-1. Mexico, goalkeeper was outstanding. He won on that day. France also won. 4-1 winners over Australia. Yeah, man. Big up to France. Day 4. Another upset on the card on day 4. People, day 4. Another upset on the card. You see the little diminutive figure of those Japanese who will run you to shreds. Oh, my word. Me Me sorry for some people, you know. Hey, people, you see, me know my side not play yet. See? However, I am so elated. I am so excited that those Germany players, they were wrung dry by the Japanese players. Hey, right now, you see that 7-1 they want to give me. I think me forgot about it. Think me forgot about the 7-1. Hey, anybody catch germs? just, just eradicate the germs, okay? Okay. Oh, I feel dramatic tonight, but you know, we still want to keep it professional, you know what I mean? So big up yourself, people. Thanks again for tuning in. Just do the honorable thing, people. Like up the stream, like the stream, people. Give it a thumbs up once you enter into the arena. This is the World Cup arena, people. Once you enter the arena, you know what to do. Do the right thing. Tell a friend to tell a friend about the coaches desk. Please share the video, people. Share it. Hey, someone have some groups, you know, on the share it in some groups, man. Make them know so we're on the big bad show, the advanced show. Yeah, you know, I'm a bit excited, people, because you know my team is gonna be playing tomorrow, and it excites me. I'm sorry for the bosses and the CEOs and the principals, and I mean other persons who are in charge. They are leaders or managers or bosses. Listen to me. Please don't go hard on your workers. It's the greatest show on earth. And I'm not insinuating that production be cut. However, you should have set up one of those flat screen television at very important points in your establishment. Or if you see somebody at the desk with a tablet, with a laptop, and they're getting a little bit excited and arms thrown up on all of these things, please don't go hard on them. Please don't send them a memo. Just work with the thing. Our World Cup time, them still there work, but World Cup are gone. What are you saying, Coach Minzy? Hey, I wanna listen. The World Cup are nice so far, but I most challenging World Cup for me. It is the most challenging World Cup. Nah, man. Hey, Rob Smith, listen to me. There's nothing more no team can do, Brazil, like what Germany do Brazil. So you see, when them get them bunky whopped, just leave them get me critical excitement, nah, man. Me not say me win the World Cup, but me I say I win the World Cup. You see me? And the team well focused and ready. We went through those teams in the pre-World Cup thing, and we tell you to say them Germany and them Belgium, they're not so hot. And them Spain, even though the Spanish man, them drop save. But, there's a but. Listen to me. People, they must say Costa Rica not good. You think Jamaica, if Jamaica got that spot, do you believe that we would have done much better than this Costa Rica team? Drop it in the comment section, people. Do you believe that we would have done better? Do you believe? Listen, on the can't cause Costa Rica, whether them not good or what, we cost ourselves not being in the World Cup. Whether it be players, administrator, coaches, or owner cause it. You understand? You understand? So on a low Costa Rica, make them play them 3 games. Them man enjoy Qatar. Then them can go home. At least they were there. Where are we? Where are we? At home. Another argument that is going around after Japan upset the Germans today. I see a lot of messages go around. Oh, we are the only team that beat Japan, and look at Japan now. They're contending. They're competitive in World Cup games. Every time Japan play a World Cup, at that go on when we're not there. But we don't see the difference. Have you not seen the difference between Japan and Jamaica? First of all, their economic situation is better. Second of all, those people seems as if they had a vision. They had a vision to lift the football from where it was, for having a little minnow in the Caribbean, beating them at a World Cup game. So they make it the point of duty, the point of their duty to ensure that they do what they had to do. We got overexcited because we were at the World Cup, and when people them now a vision, and the thing went downstream. So every time Japan go on well, and I say Japan their World Cup, Croatia got a World Cup, and we play them and we not in the World Cup and yada yada. Make the people them strive. We can't compare because our leaders them never have the vision to sustain our constant qualification to the World Cup. You understand? So we don't bother with the argument, the people. But I hear argument still. Me just put in my shilling and cents on that argument. So, semi-finals of the Costa Cup. Mannins. Good game. 1-1. Full time, extra time. Clarendon College won on penalties. Matter of fact, 2 games went into the penalty kick. And it will be an all Clarendon final. Big up to Central. Big up to Coach Jermaine Douglas. Don't know I got. Big up yourself. Congrats on this achievement. Listen to me. When the people them rise and them get them team moving to certain finals and coaches rise, people say a buck ups on this, on that, on that, on this. But them now look on the teething process, you know. How much years some man out in the wilderness to try build them team, you know. Yeah, man, I saw on the state, Jamaicans. But congratulations to Coach Teacher Hyde and his Clarendon team back into the finals of the Costa Cup. And Central with some heroics in the penalty shootout. They defeated Manchester. Hey, listen to me. The game, I mean, what can I say about the game? Manchester has a pretty good team. The Central team, they fought hard. They defended stoutly. From time to time, they were a little bit rash, but they got the job done. They will put things in place to take on Clarendon College, arguably the best football team on the island. I said it was KC, but when I saw Clarendon play in real eyesight, not through the lens of my television, but with my big eyes, I realized that this Clarendon team is no joke. I enjoyed the way they play football, the way they move the football. It is no joke. Yeah. Oh my God. So here MP can now say, let me check out some comments. Because me MP can say are the coach problem. All right. Brazil is going to win. Greetings, MPEC. Chris is saying sewing string up Costa Rica. Like when Stone Love sewing string up. Spain, if you say Gregory, this says Spain and Brazil final. I was really impressed with Canada today. Yes, Canada played good football. Don't get carried away by Spain. Costa Rica not good. Obviously. That goes without saying, MPEC. Greetings, coach. Bless up to one and all. Brian, Japanese, big up the Japs them. Yeah, man, good game by the Japanese. Onika Green, good night, coach. You were afraid of saying Germany versus Japan would be an upset. I went for a 1-1 draw upset. Hey, Mr. I want to say it, you know. But guess what? I was really afraid, you know. Not afraid, you know. I was being coy. Not afraid, just being coy. You know what I mean? But it happened. Actually, big up yourself. Quote Japan, Jap one on Geronimo. Money. Tough Rudy, big up yourself. Clarendon College sneak by. Wanda and CC, the Costa Cup, Olivia Shield and Champions Cup to Clarendon. Rob Smith, big up yourself. Coach fought why Germany lost. He made the same mistake US coach made. Two clowns. Actually, it's a Costa Rica shame conquer cup star. Me tell Uno already, you know, numbers maker. Yeah. So actually, I think Jamaica would do better. Coach, I move like him side win the World Cup. No, so I mean, I move like my side win the World Cup. Japan gives Germany Japanese coconut drops to eat. France all the way. Coach side not going to win. France all the way. Big up, I said, Travis, what go on? We are missing in action last night to the prediction. Never know, Travis. Check in Brazil to the world. All you haters, go away. Take on the divide off with team. Not sure y'all picking up injuries. Most Brazil supporters in Jamaica are wagonists. Why? That is a lie, MPEC. That is a lie. No truth behind that. I don't know where you get that story there. Tell me where that story is conceptualized. Give me a second. All right. Look at the comments and go on. Let me come and say MPEC say yes, coach. Nope. Yep. Oh, so Jamaica would have do better. Of course, nobody now put 7 past Blakey. And the question I asked you, look how we play Argentina. Yes, coach. I think Grimmy make that happen. Remember, I said Grimmy will Argentina with Iceland and a 1-1 draw. You know, you stay there. Maybe the ball is round. Hyacinth Collins, welcome. Nana, get ready before that happen. On easy, you know. Now, always I say Nana, red man. Just forward, Jamaica wouldn't win. All right, cramps. Costa Rica there. to make up numbers. Sorry to say. Me a throwing word for coach. What? Which word me throw now? Keyword vision. Then that me as a MPEG, man, we can't. No, man, I know you alone say it MPEG. A whole heap of people, but you just make people in know, so you say it. A whole heap of platform you see it pan to them, and everybody I bring up this foolishness about Japan and Croatia. Every World Cup, them bring it up. You can't compare because people them have vision. We don't have none. No apology. And we got worst, yeah. Tite call me and send me the starting 11. All right. Alisson, Thiago Silva, Marquinhos, Sancho, Danilo, Casemiro, Paquita, Neymar, Vinny Jr., Rafinha, Richarlison. Him say goals attack from ball one. You think Vinny are gonna start? Eh? You know, say call back Tite and ask him if a Vinny did really say. Clarendon College all the way, all 3 cups heading to Chapelton. Chesterman, them just decide to dash with the penalties in the last kicks. Pressure got to them head. Me telling us, and when me say penalty, I gamble, some man talking a penalty, I gamble. You know, must win. Japan will run you to the ground. Well, hey, anybody ever face Japan have worries? At Chile, see a Manning's one number 12. Congratulations to CC. Central, both teams deserving. Toki, big up yourself. Central also has a CC pass student as principal. That is key component. Ah, boy. One done, big up yourself. Give away the match. Never take. Yep. Not true. It's JC. Big up yourself. Fresh in the building. Capo is here, people. Capo, big up yourself. Yeah, man. How this? Rich poor? How this? Rich poor? The question and the reason, boss, can barely believe that. Poll question. Boss man, may I ask the question? If you want answer it, you answer it. If you don't want answer it, don't answer it. I just me I tell you. A Brazil night tonight. Who don't like it? And we're gonna have 2 nights. We're gonna talk about Brazil today, and we're gonna talk about Brazil again tomorrow. That me I tell you now. Coach, them can't do worse. Hey, listen to me. 0 shots in our competitive game. World Cup game. That's unbelievable. Japan believes in building a team and move keep king players through their youth system. If you want to play, come now, Andre Blake. Now take back my talk. Ball to Jesus. Samba Kings in action tomorrow. Yeah, man. Costa Rica beat JA. Are we that many goals behind? Ah, boy. The World Cup stage is bigger and the level rise. Coach, Jamaica can't do worse than that. 0 shots. That me I said to you actually. I see in the Gleaner today, Madman Ricketts him have the blueprint from 98 to make the World Cup. So it was buried the last 25 years. Oh my God. You see, you Rob Smith, I cannot be ignored, coach. What do you mean you can't be ignored? I don't understand that, MPEC. I'm a little bit behind with the comments. So sometimes when I say something, I don't get it. But telling us anytime I speak, something I have to bracket when I speak so we can understand and contextualize it. Because I read multiple comments. So me might say something, I want to say the comment, I'm going to reach out a comment later. You understand? Brazil better come with A plus game later. You hear? Yeah, man. Eddie Vision, big up yourself. Man, I say when inside Italy playing, probably next year, you know. I know for this year. Eddie, I know for this year. I don't see us conceding 7 goals, coach. We would put up a fight. Not lay down. Look how we look under Grimmy versus Argentina. If Grim came in the campaign, we would be at the World Cup. But that's the thing. If we had qualified for the World Cup, Grimmy would not be here. So would we have gotten 8, 9, 10? Careful now. All right, Fresh God said, Vinny, I start. Chester is a choker school from ages now. A long time Chester try for you, you know. Him man then get some big top-notch people, you know. Him man then get Donovan Ducky, you know. Him man then get Patrick Graham, you know. Him man then get with that big coach you see that rival in him. And him coach national team too. That elderly man name again, man. I don't know who me attack, man. Him that work with Tapato, man. He name dead and he does when it come, see that me just get the name and the jump back. Channel start catch it for me that somebody. But at them man they chest up upon them wage, you know. So boy, I mean I know. Wingers will be Rafina and Vinny. I already predicted Central to win at all odds. All right, Ricardo Robinson, big up. Him find it and bury the YouTube password. Something of a bury. Oh, black man Eddie become Italian. How I go on? Boy, I don't know. Pushing my head there, Eddie. I know clickbait CD. Spain spoken about yet. Mind sharp, I asked for the link. Yeah, man, you can't come on, man. Oh, hey, you know, say me always have a strap, you know. Beat people, you know. Yeah, man. Hey, you don't notice, you don't see or hear from Robert. Hey, me beat Robert to sick, man. Qatar just barely push up in head. Joan Spence, big up yourself. Coach, you in a bounty killer mode tonight. Ricky Chopper. Cram says, Spain not, them not, do them bad. Yeah, man. Drop a link if possible. Brazil. Yeah, Brazil support a rich pool. Jesus, please. They were gonna full up. You know, so me have to put a stop order. I don't like it. Yo, me can't bother with it, you know, man. Too much people are jump on it. Hey. Too much people are jump on it. G-Wagon, you know, man. Too many of y'all are jumping on the G-Wagon. Channel Star. XYZ Thompson. It's not an embarrassment. It was expected. It's an embarrassment. Whether it's expected or not, it's an embarrassment to conquer CAF. Man, they embarrass the man them. What y'all talk, say? Brain drain, big up yourself. Jamaica would have done better than Costa Rica. Well, Costa Rica did better than Jamaica because they're at the World Cup. It mean in Japan. Rob Smith, yo, no, Siri kids are called. him talking Woman World Cup Italy. Oh, and that's why I said next year, man. One thing me I tell a guy, you know, if Brazil lose, you can't give no man no chat till next year. Hey, hey, Chris, when I lose, the worst way I get is a draw. I'm so do my prediction. No, I still don't think it would be 7, maybe 4 or 5. Bradley Stewart fresh. Him see man. The man have some good people around Chester, and me I tell her. Oh boy. I know Vassar Reynolds, man, Bradley Stewart. Bradley Stewart, Patrick Graham, and full friended on a mobile, man. Ducky. Think about the race when them support a team, bro. It's football is the reason them support. Yo. Who them people here? Oh, go on. You notice one canary yellow jersey a peep out with this whoosh. If on that side they are push, we just give you the whoosh out of here. You never know some lyrical them way there.
Your lyrical is a shame.
Oh, Reason boss.
Your lyrical is a shame. Greetings, CD. Greetings, viewers and subscribers. What's going
Big
on?
up yourself.
You're good with the lyrics.
Yeah,
Very
man.
good with the lyrics. I know we're reasoning this thing about. Now, what is the subject tonight? Is it Spain or is this clickbait tonight?
Spain today, brethren. We spoke about the Clarendon teams that are qualified for the final of the Costa Cup. And then we'll be going into our predictions. So we will review the games that were played today, and then we look at our predictions. What kind of clickbait are you talking about? Hey. Yeah.
Watch it, No reach for that thing, Nobody reach for that something there,
Crew
You
them, Crew them.
You love talk beating me. Jamaican thing, this, Listen, we need to communicate more, people. We need to deal with the art of communication, verbal communication, not behind and strap and swish and rock on all sides or something. There. So you think it's easy? You think it's easy? Hey, CD, I have slept and woken. It is past midnight in the UK, England, and it's about that time. What a bag of drama over the last 48 hours or so.
Mm-hmm.
The World Cup has come to town in its global guise. Japan upset, Saudi Arabia upset, but everyone's wearing their hearts on their sleeves. That's what makes the World Cup so unique. It makes it the tournament still ahead of the Champions League. Would you agree? The World Cup is the showpiece event
Greatest
for
show
a
on earth.
footballer. Yes,
Greatest show on earth.
At you.
Greatest show on earth. Sporting wise.
Right. A quick word on Lionel Messi. One game played so far with Argentina. Is
They're
this
not
further? Oh.
They're not out.
Oh. Well,
Any
here's
more
the question. Well, of course, there's a bag of question. So the reason bars and question bars about. I'm speaking. I'm awake, and if I'm awake, I have to ask the question, but I also have the answers. By the way, Brazil will look to have an answer or two for Serbia, a valid and viable opponent. We're looking forward to doing battle with them. But Argentina, I don't know what the cut of your jib is, CD, so I'm asking you directly. Is Lionel Messi as good as Diego Maradona? Or is he, as my friend Mo NN, my Somalian friend, is he a little mouse compared to the giant of Diego Armando Maradona, who carried, arguably, his nation to 1986 World Cup success? Is this further proof that when push comes to shove, Messi will never be a Maradona?
Messi still not out, still not. He pressure upon Messi, but Messi down, him team down, but them not out. Because what happened is that the teams in his group, they drew. So he might get through. He might get through. They live to fight another day. Remember, they still have 2 more games to go. But listen, all I people them are Brazil haters, Listen to me. On a rolling at the chat. All I Brazil haters and just drop some comment and chat. Go and tell a friend to come on to the stream so we can know who are Brazil haters then.
You have haters really about? Viewers and subscribers. You
Man,
really
they want we lose.
On what grounds? On what
If
grounds?
electrical grounds are what kind of grounds? If I grown you go plan your man and sitting there. All right, grown a ball play upon, but we don't know what kind of grounds.
You really have to ask the question, If there's really people out there, viewers and subscribers, please just confirm that you appreciate the game of football and you understand that when Brazil come to town and when this
Samba.
particular Atio, I mean, this This is my first World Cup on social media, and I am enjoying it thus far, and I continue to enjoy it. This is a special day today. I want to see how the land lies. If Jamaican
See
fans, and I'm sure,
what are they see one push up the head already?
what am I saying?
Mr. Kevin Williams push up in head because he's an Argentina supporter. So him push up in head. Saying one Brazil lose because Argentina lost. Oh my God. Put him in the 8 corner. Go for more your friend them, Kevin.
Kevin, I understand the tribal argument that you're raising there. You feel hurt. You feel hurt. You are hurt. You're hurting. You're hurting. And you want your fellow South American team to hurt. You don't want the bragging rights. You won Copa America. A wonderful victory. You didn't look like the Argentina that I knew. Come again. But give Brazil their respect. But don't worry. Don't worry.
Richard,
yes, sir.
Hurting people. Hurt people.
Oh, we've got reason in the studio. You know, I've watched your maturity, you know, CD. Your increasing maturity. Or should I say, you're bringing your A game. You're bringing it to the fore more often these days, you see. I think you're one of those kind of people who kept your light under the proverbial bushel, even while hosting the great coach's desk. It's time for you to shine a little brighter, sir.
Look at the lights. Look through the lens. You see much light? Look there. Light.
Atio.
And the camera is on. What do you mean? Me under bushel. Behave yourself.
Atio.
But we're full of wisdom, you know. We're full of wisdom, you know. We're full of wisdom. Don't get it twisted. I know all the people them get it twisted. We're full of wisdom. You see that cranium here? The Osgood slaughter full of knowledge. That me I tell you no. Don't play with the youth.
Could I introduce you while some of those haters dare to show their heads? And I tell you the word hater, I don't want to use that term too loosely. Jamaican viewers and subscribers. Listen. Are you enjoying the World Cup? Are you seeing the levels to the game called football? Costa Rica took a 7. They took a good 7 against a team that were on first name terms with the ball. Just watching the Spanish game.
Let me flip the script a little bit. Hold on. Richard, do you believe that they were embarrassed?
I love the question. I love what you just said. And that's one of the reasons why I had to join you. Spain are one of the quote-unquote dark horses. Apparently, their front line was going to be the problem. Finding goals to make a mark on this World Cup was the problem. Well, let me finish. Spain, yeah, man. Spain, in my book, were one of the dark horses, and by common consent, Spain, you know, are always going to be there or thereabouts. But their problem would revolve around scoring. Them not have the David Villas no more. They had Ferran Torres. They've got Ferran Torres and Morata, who has had a checkered time at club level, especially of recent times. But yeah, the last few seasons is a checkered past. I don't fear when I hear Morata. In fact, he was a substitute today. It was Ferran Torres who did the damage with the likes of Olmo. But Spain are a technically gifted side. I was thinking back to the Paul Hall short reign. Even though Jamaica lost that game, you remember that game, guys? 3-0 to Peru. But what did you notice? Paul Hall was preaching and trying to induct Jamaica to a passing game. Let the keeper roll the ball out, kick the ball out to his defenders, and let the defenders pass, string passes together, find the midfield, create some triangles. This just made me smile. There were levels to the game. There were levels to this thing. And if Jamaican fans enjoy their football and believe certain man a baller, there's a benchmark. Can you pass the ball around? Spain passed Costa Rica to death. Costa Rica, I was a little surprised at because they weren't really particularly pressurizing Spain. Maybe they had a different plan to contain by holding back a bit and creating and finding opportunities to block the spaces for Spain to get
Were
through.
they
But
embarrassed?
well, there are levels to this thing. 7-0 is on the world stage a form of embarrassment because a top-notch team competing doesn't want to concede 7 and by way of their attacks. I watched the game and I can hardly remember anything resembling an attack. So there was a level of embarrassment, but Spain were a quality outfit and performed. I think there was a sense of embarrassment, but I don't want to lose track of the fact that if you want to play football, just look at the preparation that Spain put in. They had some young players, Baldi, Gavi, Pedri. I warned you about Pedri. Well, people know about Pedri already. Pedri, Gavi, youngsters, Baldi, just introduced to the Spanish camp by Luis Enrique. They were on first name terms with the ball. They made the game look easy. But the Costa Ricans, this is the World Cup. This is the World Cup. They fought tooth and nail through the CONCACAF region. We saw them perform. We saw them down in the dumps, down and out as good as. And yet somehow they clawed again their way back. Brian Ruiz, where was he? Joel Campbell, where was he? Where was the CONCACAF version of Costa Rica? I'm not sure if that was the one that we saw. They scraped home against New Zealand and fought tooth and nail. I saw that playoff game. They fought tooth and nail against New Zealand. And I saw a couple of comments saying, shame on Costa Rica. I saw TikTok, shame on Costa Rica. If this is how you intended to play come the World Cup, you should have given your place to another team. There were levels to this game. When you meet a Spain like that, almost with nothing to lose, they just want to make themselves proud. They certainly did that. I was surprised at Costa Rica. They could have showed a little bit more bite in the tackles, a little bit more. I mean, Navas is a wonderful keeper, but my man, he was given very little by way of cover and support and protection. I'm telling you, there are levels, and if that is what you call defending, defending in numbers, it not ready. We've seen what Japan have done. We've seen what Saudi Arabia have done. To take a 7-0, the only team that I've seen worse than that was, and it's hard to, can I say Iran? England. Hey, England. Oh yeah, by the way, England not ready. England not ready. England not good. Watch this thing here. Iran took a 6-2. This surpassed that easily as the worst beating in this tournament. Costa Rica were fairly embarrassing. They need to come up with something else second game. I've said it. They were quite embarrassing, even though Spain showed you can have fun with the ball. You can pass the ball. You can seek openings. You can be patient. You can seek incisive moments and incisive passing. You can run off the ball. I hope Jamaican viewers and subscribers are checking out this World Cup and checking it out good, because there are levels to this thing. Maybe Costa Rica needed a whisper. Someone who can find the back of the net. My Lord, there was hardly a shot. CD, speak, sir. Speak, sir. I'm ready for the smoke. Brazil, viva Brazil.
England no good yet still. They have a pretty big team.
You need to change
that
track.
But we'll get back to why we are talking about Costa Rica getting beaten by Spain. Listen to me. I one of the 4 games of the day today, right, Mr. Gunner's boss.
Correct.
So I want you to just, big team. Oh, man, say yes, Spain a big team is a joke. But it no matter if you're a big team, Gunner's boss, the phone line work me long time, man. It no matter if you're a big team or a little team, any team gets 7 in a World Cup are embarrassment.
That's your cover. You call it embarrassing.
We expect Spain to win the game. A matter of fact, I had a 3-0 prediction. Balakar 5-0 prediction. Everybody else actually 2-0 MPEC 3-0. Who this? No, I know MPEC 3-0. Brian 3-0. And Cramps 2-1 to Costa Rica.
What?
So,
wow.
Spain is an elite team, but it's not one of the elites of the past. I remember Spain has been an elite team for quite some time. However, they would have only allowed their lights to shine in one World Cup that they won. So Gunners boss. So Gunners boss. What you say now?
I went really, sir.
Yeah.
Me I say, me hear Rich Poe over there. I'm over there looking at Rich Poe, looking at us like we fishes in an aquarium with them glasses. Big up yourself, coach.
Big up.
Everything Rich see outside them glasses going bloop, 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 bloop. Like goldfish in an aquarium. Anyway, that is just.
Gunners, you're quite content. You're quite content. The football we are talking about, you know. Fix up yourself and come in. So we are say football wise.
Anyway, when we have to football wise now, we don't fix up yourself and I come football and now you interrupt me. But hear this now. I can't sit here and listen to you saying Spain to Costa Rica big time and Spain beat them 7-0. Spain supposed to embarrass if them can't beat Costa Rica 14 love. That's what I say.
No, and that not going in no World Cup. So no bother with that. A World Cup stage there. When some people put on a badge for their country, them play better one than when they end up on a club scene.
Speak, CD. Speak, CD. Go on, sir. Levels to this thing. You know.
So, embarrassment that Costa Rica get 7. If you get 5 and you get 6, you know, so bad.
Brazil, the world champion, get 7.
Exactly. So the embarrassment for Brazil, that too.
Right. Right.
Of course.
When you're playing like a minnow Costa Rica, you're playing like a minnow Costa Rica from Pina region.
Hey, man,
Jamaica, come on, man, don't do that.
Hey, man, I can talk like you too, man.
Don't be talking about no. Come on, man, don't be talking about no small side getting 7 up from big time side and you talk.
Hey, listen to me.
Something. Come on.
So why England never give Iran 10 and 14?
How much them give them?
No, 6.
That is what Iran is supposed to get from England at 12. That's them. I mean, how them they are beating up, brother. That's why when we see Saudi Arabia come beat up one little side there, me have to ask some people. I first time in that sport, I think about conspiracy. Me when I tell them and them tell the game to couple $1 million. Because me not see that the possibility there, you know.
No game, no sell, man. I want you to talk, man. It's Saudi there. No matter how much money Saudi they have, the man then come play with pride. I want to tell you. Pride, the man then roll out with. Costa Rica come play World Cup football with pride too, and they were embarrassed by Spain. You can't change my title. I'm sitting. An embarrassment for them. The man they embarrass CONCACAF. The man they embarrass the whole Costa Rica. If Jamaica get 5, if Jamaica did get 7, I see him think me a concern.
And sometimes it's not just the scoreline, you know. It's the manner. Gunners boss. CD, you agree with me? It's not sometimes just the scoreline, you know. Jamaica get 6 against Argentina in 1998. How was it 6-1? No, a 5-1. What was the score against Argentina?
But we played with guts.
That's the thing. It's the manner. It's not how you. It's not what they lose. You know. It's how you lose.
And do we believe that Costa Rica didn't play with guts today? Are we saying that?
Guts not winning the football anyway. Tell the team who give Costa Rica 7. Tell them do it in the final. The final game against who are your team? Going into the final.
Yeah,
man. They can't do it in the final, man.
We don't want to talk about it, man. You see, Spain beating Costa Rica is like the Golden State Warriors last year coming to Jamaica and pick up a 15-man squad and put them on the court and we are complaining. Yes,
So Gunners boss. So Gunners boss. Let me ask you a question. Morocco and Croatia played today. Germany and Japan played today. Belgium and Canada. Spain and Croatia. So because Spain a big side, we don't have to talk about them because they beat up on me, no? Man, tap your phone.
Come in.
You know what I mean when I say that talk about them, you know? You know what I mean, you know? We really going to have conversation about this? Come on, man. Stop. We have no conversation.
We are from the CONCACAF region. We are from the CONCACAF region, so we are going to talk about it. When we reach to Canada game, you know, we are going to talk about Canada play too, you know.
Come in. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
You know, like, I beat up America, Costa Rica, and stuff. Me about them after I see that over there. Them supposed to get to our 14 from Spain. Spain supposed to embarrass the only drop 7 from the man, you know, that's enough to talk about, you know. Gunners.
To me, it's an embarrassment.
Gunners, what was your prediction for Belgium against Canada before the game? What was your prediction for Belgium against Canada?
Not watching any game, not. Yeah, but if there are some prediction, Belgium supposed to give Canada around 3-love. Simple as that. 3-love, the lead.
But what happened? 1-love, the worst.
Okay. Canada give Belgium 1-love. I don't know what I'm going to do.
No.
I just come over here.
No, me not say that. Belgium won 1-0.
Okay.
Germany. Well, let me tell you the result now. Germany were defeated 2-1 by Japan. Yes, sir.
Let me ask something now. What going with Germany now? Because the last World Cup, last time Germany win with Costa them and a little shot man, Mr. Ballack, you know, my team that, you know, from that, you know, really, I guess I that carry Germany, you know, every 4 years me switch my World Cup side, you know. But this year I'm not carrying anybody, I'm not watching 1 minute of the game, I'm just over here to talk to the people and I comment, to tell them if you like the video, or if you share the video, I come to tell Rich Food that glass I go out with fear team. Coach, that may I come to say.
All right, big up yourself.
You know, more fear about Brazil and them team, they went big team, beat up big team, 6-7 like. We should have still talk about Germany giving Brazil.
Yeah, man, on things so now gonna talk, hey, we want to hold them. We want to hold them.
Gunners, yeah, Gunners, you're not easy.
We want to hold Germany, you see? Hey.
Exactly. Gunners, you have a nerve. Gunners, you have a nerve, you know. Gunners, boss, you have a nerve to come on a show and you don't even watch the game them. And you have a nerve to comment on that. How would it? That not ready. That not ready, Gunners. That not ready, Gunners. Canada lost 1-0 to Belgium, and if you saw the game again, listen, Gunners, Canada lost 1-0 to Belgium, and if you saw the game in its entirety, or with extended highlights, you would see that the manner of defeat spoke volumes. Canada were all over Belgium like a wet suit. Canada had that game to win. It was in their hands. They performed more than admirably. They did CONCACAF region absolute justice and credit. Their only problem was in finishing. But every man in that team left it on the pitch. And Belgium, you could see they were in the mother of all games. Canada should have won that game if they had finishing power. Costa Rica were embarrassed because of the manner of how they lost, combined with the ability of Spain, who are not the Spain of 2010. There's no Xavier and Iniesta, but they've got a crop of talented young players who show Jamaican footballers and Jamaican fans how football can be played. Canada did CONCACAF region an absolute hell of a service, but they lacked the finishing ability. They did not get a beating 3-0, nowhere close to it. Belgium will be relieved tonight. Vincent Company on the BBC, relieved. Rio Ferdinand, they all saw what happened. Canada had that game. They missed a penalty, Gunners boss. They had the opportunity to go into a 1-0 lead. Alphonso Davies stepped up. I don't know why he did. Confidence is what I guess it was, being the poster boy. But his penalty was saved by the outstanding goalkeeper, Courtois, Thibaut Courtois. And Courtois was the only one standing between Canada and a first goal in the World Cup. It was an outstanding performance. They put Canada on the map. They have put CONCACAF region on the map. They're the best CONCACAF team I've seen, ahead of the United States, ahead of Mexico and Costa Rica.
That's
in
why they were the
contrast,
winners of the CONCACAF region.
Exactly. They represented, trust me, they represented Bruins. Hit the like button just for that alone. They represented. And I'm hoping and praying that they find their shooting boots and composure, Mr. David and company, and score a goal, because that is a tough group. That group F is a tough group. Croatia, Morocco played out a 0-0 draw, but this was an entertaining game. They came with an intention to say, we are here.
Stick up in there, Richard, because for that Morocco game, I had Croatia winning 1-0. Got it wrong. Balakar had Morocco winning 2-1. Wrong. Everybody had Croatia winning. And we got it all wrong.
Most people would get that one wrong. And this is why football is a funny game, you know. That's why I'm not predicting anything particular about Brazil versus Serbia yet. All I know is that I've been following the preparations of the Seleção. I've been following the preparations of the Seleção, as I usually do. And this team, this squad, is on business. They are on business, and they are coming with a flavor, and they will meet opponents who will bring their A game. So let's see how they get on against these European opponents and African opponents. It's game on. Don't take nothing for granted. Ask Argentina and ask Germany for further details.
I mean,
hey, coach.
Yes.
Coach Chadwick, sorry for breaking. But there's a documentary out, right? Named FIFA Uncovered on Netflix. You see it yet?
No, me not get to watch that one day yet. But me hear about it.
Oh, come on. I recommend it. I want to say anytime I sit down, anytime your show cut off, I'm gonna binge watch that whole documentary, 2 or 3 episodes. How much out now? Because I told them I listen to the people and I break it down. That people serious documentary, you know. But you know what happens though? What them say, these infrastructure, all these stadiums and these things that them build up over Qatar, the World Cup. What them all do with them afterwards? After the World Cup.
No,
Oh yeah, change topic. Gunners. Get back to your comment about Costa Rica not being embarrassed. You need to know there are levels to this game, Gunners. Do you know that there is a difference between losing and it's about how you lose? Do you acknowledge that tonight, Gunners boss?
The only reason why Costa Rica in the World Cup is because somebody have to go from the region, and they might have been the best of the rest from the region to make it. For them end up here, but them just here as spectators, for them to put them out. We expect them to. Me personally expect them to get 6 love and 7 love and 8 love from team like Spain, Portugal, Germany, Brazil, and all these other teams where them are both them. Them are me now. How much international player them have over Costa Rica we have over in the world in the league. And some little MLS man and them little man them have from Costa Rica play over there with us. Some little man.
Gunners bus.
Argentina, Spain get 5 love brother, 7 love brother. So that's what I'm
Gunners.
I don't want to do it for them. Yo.
Gunners bus. Football is an interesting game at the best of time. It's an interesting game at the best of time. Oh, you think Jamaica would have get?
Well, I Rich, maybe talk to people in the comment section. I'm going to read Travis them and them. service them at type, you know. At Thanksgiving, you know, on me see it. Brain drain, big up yourself. Me see your highlight a comment. Wanna make some color up on the comment, no brother. Some of the people them over foreign, some of the people over here. That at Thanksgiving. The coach want put on one turkey on the fire. So the turkey by already and season up. We need gas. On run a thing on and make some of the comments and highlights so we can read them. You know, the only one that we highlight are up there. You know, the highlighted comment up there. I don't know what type of message them now go up there. Travis, big up yourself. Coach, we just come over here to tell the people in the comments. Like up the video, share the video, and we appreciate where we want to keep it going. But they are going to listen.
All right.
Rich, big up yourself, Rich. Me now make you come interrogate me because I don't really watch no football. I just come over here to talk to my friend and I come and talk to the coach. You hear that? I watch no football, so I don't really have nothing to say about politics. Me I get in there and I talk so much about the football, you know? But me have to tell you see how long I want to go to Travis and your friend them, and drop something man make on the comment and come up in a blue or yellow and them thing there. Yeah, a Thanksgiving with them.
All right. Big up yourself.
Respect on us. All right, sir.
We are celebrating Thanksgiving. And all the people when I celebrate on a peace good and live good and a visit to a friend and a family and talk to them. All the festive season them say in America and some other part of the world. Oh, hey Rich, them celebrate Thanksgiving over England?
Not really. Christmas is the thing. Christmas and Boxing Day and New Year.
I remember.
Christmas, Boxing Day, and New Year's Day.
All right, just grab a cup of tea and some crackers, man. We talk some more time.
Yeah, man. Guidance.
All right, big up Gunners, boss. So, upset of day 4 would have been, because I don't call this embarrassment. Germany was embarrassed by Japan, you know. I call this an upset.
No.
Right, Richard?
Correct.
Upset
100%.
You understand?
100%.
When you get them big score, they are embarrassment that. You understand? But this was an upset. I predicted Germany to win 2-1. But deep down in my heart still, you know. Richard, I flip side more and flip the coin, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just that try to be a little bit, you know. Nice last night. But it eventually happened. Germany were defeated 2-1 by this. Hey, the Japanese, they run. Oh, them man, the Olympics are do well in distance races, them man names in there. Them man are come out, their lungs have turbo on it, you know.
But
are nasty in the nitro, you know.
CD, here's a question, because if we focus a little bit on this Germany-Japan game, we've always heard about Jamaicans' strength in football being their athleticism. How do you compare Japan to Jamaica in terms of athleticism?
Boy, how do you define athleticism?
Exactly. Go ahead. I want to know, because is it really a strength, athleticism, and what is athleticism regarding Jamaica, and compare it to this Japanese team? We need to take some lessons from this, you know.
In the world of football or sports, big up yourself, Sherman. I think they define athleticism as being big and strong. You be able to muscle off players, and I think some running has to do with it as well. I don't know. I would love to see the definition before I give an answer, because they will dub a team like Jamaica an athleticism team. Or athletic team. You understand? But I don't know. I would consider Japan an athletic team, because one of the things, you know, Richard, people think fitness only has to do with your endurance. All right, so Onika is saying in the context of football, it's equal to fitness. But fitness in football, people just believe so you can run on a field and that is fitness. That alone is not fitness. You have to be strong too. Strength is a part of fitness, you know.
Good night,
endurance.
Onika. Good night. Good night, Onika.
You understand? So I think fitness is sometimes only used in football as you see people running up and down and they are tired, but you think that they are not tired. So the cardiovascular system is very good, but that is not only how I view fitness.
You see, I think I agree. There are levels to this thing. When people talk about Jamaica being an athletic team, and that's one of their strengths. Look at it was very interesting watching the Japanese against Germany. They were not overrun. Costa Rica seemed to be, in a way, overrun mentally and physically. They weren't able to physically push up on the Spanish, put the tackles in, get close enough to them. They weren't doing that. The Japanese against Germany, Saudi Arabia, putting themselves on the line, running up and down. They weren't overwhelmed physically. I've seen. I mean, if Jamaica
And
was so
and in terms of their
physique,
structure, their anatomy,
diminutive,
they are diminutive in stature.
absolutely, absolutely.
So
But the hearts were on their sleeves, and you could see the work rate when Jamaica played in the CONCACAF region. I think going forward, Coach Jaime, he will be identifying these kind of things. There's levels to this fitness thing. Brazil, watch Brazil when they play. Brazil, you know and appreciate the skill of Anthony, Hafina, Neymar, the bag of them, Martinelli, Jesus, wonderful skills and ability. But the energy levels, the fitness levels, the athletic levels, high elite level. They don't stop working and they're prepared to work. They won't get overrun. Usually they will not get overrun physically by an opponent. Hence why this 7-1 beating at the Maracana in 2014, it stood out because I watched the game a couple of days ago. It was a hard watch. It's one of the hardest games to watch, but I had to watch it to see the suffering that Brazil have gone through and where they are today. Because in that game, I saw the likes of David Luiz and Oscar overwhelmed. Dante overwhelmed physically. They weren't getting to the ball. They weren't making it difficult for the Germans. They were moving, but they weren't moving as the Brazilians would usually move. And the Germans were at it. They were at it, creating opportunities, scoring because the defenders weren't tight enough, the midfielders weren't tight enough. They were not making it difficult for the Germans. It was a real salutary experience, a really interesting experience. And again, this is why Costa Rica are coming in for some criticism. Because yes, they are a relative minnow on the world stage, but they went through a tough CONCACAF region qualifying. Canada are there, Mexico are there, America are there. They've not been whipped in the manner that Costa Rica were. And it's the manner of defeat. But Jamaica, I'm telling you, very interesting. Just how fit do we think Jamaican footballers are, the national team? It's very interesting. You can always push because physically you need to be ready. Tomorrow, later today, Brazil are going to take on Serbia. They've got to be physically ready to match and exceed the Serbs. Skill is one thing, but you need to have the energy levels, the commitment, the tactical acumen to get things done. Man alive. And that's why we say hats off to Japan, hats off to Saudi Arabia, hats off to Morocco. Morocco held Croatia there to say, hey, they were on point. Respect to Morocco. Most people would have said Morocco to win that game. I mean, for Croatia to win that game. A point would be a good result for Morocco. By common consent, they'd be pushing third or fourth. No problem at all. They showed themselves ready to go toe-to-toe. We're not going to be overrun by you, Croatia. We're not going to see, hey, Modric's, hey, he looked like he was showing his age against Morocco. They weren't having it. Hey, wonderful performance by Morocco. They're still in this thing. There could be upsets aplenty to come. Brazil, be on guard. Coaches, this, where else, sir? What's the commenters say?
Clarify the whole fitness argument. Fitness,
yes, sir,
comprises of it's basically some components come together to allow you to be seen as fully fit. Cardiovascular, which is your heart and your lungs. You have muscular endurance, muscular strength, body composition, flexibility. So these, I would say, would have been the 5 components of you establishing yourself to being very fit. So it's not only the cardiovascular, and people always tend to put the cardiovascular as the only all and be all of someone being fit, because they can run, go around a Yorkshire, them can run, go around a London. That tells me that they have good cardiovascular, but are the other components up to par? Is their muscle strength and their muscle endurance up to par? You understand? So I just want to put that in a little bit. So I mean, the Germany team, we spoke about it in the pre-World Cup build-up, and I alluded to the fact that this team is not one of the best German team.
Agreed.
And I didn't see them. Well, I really put them through when we select the teams to go through. I really have them as one of the teams that will go through progress. Yeah. However, they will not really pass the second round, even if they get through. How it stands, they can still go through, or they can still be in problems of not going through. The same situation with Argentina. So it is what it is in terms of the Germany team. Belgium, Canada. Canada played an excellent game today, in my opinion. They really pegged back this talented Belgium team in their half for most of this game.
Fantastic
Everybody
performance.
saw that this Canadian team had difficulties finishing. David, Hutchinson, Junior Oilet played a peach of a game. The Jamaican, let's me. Anyways, me now get into that in about 6 of them man they were on the Canada team could have played. Hey, listen me. But anyways,
mercy.
Hey, look at the man.
Mercy. It's a hot
So,
dip on your mind.
So the candidate Alfonso Davies played a very good game. I mean, they were great. Fact of the matter is, goals win game, and it's a point situation, and they weren't able to take 3 points. So that was their downfall. But it was a valiant effort from them, because we have to turn it into effort now, because they did not win. And I think what probably happened is that this Belgium team probably just use a little bit of experience, to get them across the line.
Big time.
I think Canada playing well, but with a lot of exuberance. But in terms of the
knockout blow
and that glow to finish off a team, it didn't spark. You know what I mean? So that was their downfall. But I think it was a very good. They came in this game and showed that they are not there to make up numbers.
Not at all.
Because of how they played. Got a penalty, missed the penalty, or didn't score, or whatever happened. It's still never going at the back of the net. So it
what is that? Comment section. It's how you acquit yourself, It's how you acquit yourself. Canada put themselves on the international map.
Yeah, man.
Big time with that performance. Finishing was the problem.
They did look like a team who's ranked 41. Not at all.
No, man. They've done themselves a world of good. The finishing is the problem. Knockout blow was ominous. It became, as the game went on, it became increasingly obvious that the cutting edge, the ability, as I said in football, the ability to score is arguably the hardest thing to do. So when you can put that ball in the back of the net, that's why the likes of Harry Kane, that's why the likes of Neymar, that's why the likes of Torres for Spain, for Germany I've got some problems. Kai Havertz, the Chelsea man, he is not a definitive out and out striker, decisive, clinical striker. It's why Richarlison will start most likely ahead of Gabriel Jesus. I expect Richarlison, once he's fit, to start ahead of Gabriel Jesus for the Seleção for Brazil. Why? Because he knows how to finish. He wants to finish. His interest is in finishing as well as playing back to goal, linking up play, but he knows how to find the back of the net. This is what makes his day. And this is what is expected of him from his colleagues and the manager. That's why he's on the pitch. For Canada, it was obvious as the game went on that there was no definitive, cool, calm, decisive finisher who was going to put the dot on the paragraph, on the sentence.
They did not have the gravitas.
No, well, they needed a finish because their performance. Let me tell you in terms of gravitas, Belgium, I saw close-ups. The Belgians, they were being made to work mentally and physically. Canada had that game in the palm of their hands, you know. But having it in the palm of your hands is a tricky thing because you need to be able to. Yeah, man, you've got to finish. But credit to Canada. They should have had something from that game. They don't have a point after a fantastic performance. It's a bit of an injustice to a degree, but I don't say injustice because when it mattered, the Belgians soaked up the pressure, soaked it up, didn't throw in the towel. Courtois, one of the world's finest keepers, he knew that he would have to be on his P's and Q's, and he came up big time. He came up big time for Belgium. And then, having stuck in there, been on the ropes, being pulverized on the ropes, left, rights, and coming up with uppercuts, but the finishing knockout blow was not delivered, and that's what Belgium did. A moment's magic. Long ball, I say magic, but the finish was magic. Wonderful strike. Boom. 1-0, and that's all she wrote. One goal, that's all it took. 3 points for Belgium, 0 points for Canada. Right now, one game played in that group, in Group F, and it's Belgium, top 3 points. Morocco and Croatia, second, joint, and rock bottom at the moment. No points, Canada. But because of the manner of their performance, Herdman and that entire squad will know they should have got something from that game. And they'll know now that the next 2 games are critical. They need to get a game, and they need to get one that they get the 3 points or at least a point to give themselves a chance. They've deserved it in that group. And the group is still open. The group is still open, but Canada are worth watching. It's a team worth watching, and I really wish them the very best going into the second game and the third game because they were a credit to themselves and CONCACAF. They just needed the end product. It was the end product definitively that came up short. But attitude, skill, intent, tactical acumen, the ability to press and pressurize. I saw the angles, man. When the Belgians got the ball, they were hunting in packs and triangulating and putting the foot in. It was wonderful. It was wonderful. Wonderful to watch.
Because they know of the skill set of the Belgium team, they did not allow them to play their sort of football.
And that's where the athleticism comes
very
in.
hard. The pressing game was absolutely brilliant from Canada. No doubt about it.
It was in direct contrast to Costa Rica. I'm sure there's going to be discussions with Costa Rica because even in the CONCACAF region, we knew as Jamaican fans that Costa Rica will bring a lot of experience to the party, and they will make it difficult for their opponents. They'll fight. They'll fight and make it difficult. What the word on the street was, if you watch that game, it was, where was the fight from the Costa Ricans? Where was the fight? If you go down, let the Spanish know they were in a game. Hey, just check out the percentage-wise, possession-wise. I didn't look. I predict the possession one was akin to when Jamaica were playing against other teams. And again, this is why lessons need to be learned. I think Spain would have had something like 75, 76% possession, which is ridiculous in an international game, especially at the World Cup. 75, 76%, they could well have had that amount of possession. That means the Costa Ricans were just chasing shadows. But when I looked at it, they weren't really chasing, harrying like the Canadians. It takes a lot out of you. You need to have energy levels. bona fide energy levels to chase when you don't have the ball. And it looked like they were just almost playing within themselves and not making it a fight, a dog fight. Spain, if you're going to score, you're going to have to go through hell and deep waters to score against us. And it simply wasn't the case. Spain will be resting and sleeping very nicely tonight. They'll have tougher tests ahead. But as an opening game, they will have said, yeah, we've arrived. But international football will not be as easy as that, as they will find out as the tournament goes on. Morocco, let's see how Morocco do against the likes of Spain. That will be interesting.
Me now go answer Rob Smith, and me now go answer RNHOR. Me just not answer them. But big up for yourself, here. Rob Smith, I know you're a boss now, but Rob Smith, me not answer you. Oh.
I want to know what the question is, but you're the host. So
you say me not answer, man, Bridget, and you want to go over there?
Me no want to go over there, so I was just curious. But Rob,
you know why I answer the question. To Jason, Rob Smith a laps, man. Like him a claims record.
Rob, you hear that?
All right, so tomorrow's games. 4 games on the trot. Switzerland, Cameroon. Run some prediction. Where are the predictors? Who are joining tonight? Who joining? Actually, always the prediction team, you know. All right, we're gonna have Rich Pooh or Reason Boss. 2 more persons want to join.
Put it on here.
Don't get technical, Rob Smith. You say we not answer you, man. Go on, man. Go on, we not answer you.
Rob, you want to join the predictions tonight?
Rob Smith, join the prediction, and that's if you do. Roger Grant, you join the prediction. Switzerland versus Cameroon. All right, may I add Roger? Hey, if you don't start, you don't have to give me a result for the 4, you know. May I add Christopher Wright? May I add Christopher Wright and Roger? I don't know if Roger dropped no prediction yet. No, you know, me not add Roger. He not give no score. So may I add K Sports. So, Rich Pooh, hold on, let me see. Christopher Wright is saying it's a 2-all draw. KS Sports is said 2-1 to Switzerland. Rich Pooh, what you say? Sorry, Reason Boss.
Thank you. Rich Pooh Sports, like, share, and subscribe if you get the chance. I'm broadcasting big time on this thing here. Rich Pooh Sports. Look here. Switzerland. I'm going to just keep it simple. They've got the Arsenal connection with Xhaka, who I'm looking forward to seeing. Cameroon is an African team, and I've got much love for my African brethren. I'm gonna go for a valiant draw. I'm gonna take a 1-1. Let's 1-1 draw. I don't know how the Cameroons steer in this campaign. Switzerland always a tough team to play and very intelligent team. So it'll be a tough game for Cameroon to get something out of. So if they do, hats off to them. It'll be a surprise if them beat Switzerland. They're a very intelligent team. Small but them Talawa. One of them small but Talawa team.
All right, here it go now. I am going to go with the African team in this one.
Big things.
And I'm going for a 1-0 win for Cameroon. I am going for the African team.
You said it and you mean it.
Huh?
Switch it.
Yeah,
you said it and you mean it. Switch it up.
Yeah, man, I switch it up. I saw the thing I got nice, you know. It's like
Yeah,
when we have
man.
the upset and them thing that go on. Me I step out on the limb. A Cameroon, me I say tomorrow.
Come in.
You understand?
Come in.
So Cameroon, where's Actually, where are you?
Hot Chili, good night, Hot Chili. Where you there? Good night, Hot Chili. Full respect.
Actually, no, go on so well last night, no, probably that's why I'm running, no. Yesterday,
Football,
I mean.
the ball is round. It's a funny game, football, you know. But that's the beauty of it, you know. Every game start 0-0. It no matter how big you talk about a team, no matter who they're on the roster, it's 0-0. When that ball and the whistle start. Hey, by the way, coaches that's confused on subscribers. What do you think about this time added on business? Are you fans of that? You see the flavor come now. Extra time is a good amount of extra time.
Some
You like it?
14 minutes, 8 minutes, 12 minutes, because they are calculating every single time now. So you go for ball and things say you waste time. Man, them calculate about them something there.
You like it? Are you a fan?
I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like it. You understand? I don't know if I like it, but if I saw the footballer go now, remember I said people don't always like readily accept changes, you know. So if it comes to the fore and it is something moving forward in football, then we have to work with it. You understand? It probably help my team get a equalizer or get a go-ahead goal, but let us see how it goes. Hey, Rob Smith, come like you come to take me on tonight, Rob Smith. Show me something now answer you.
And definitely Casey.
Prediction can go anywhere. I am putting aside all scouting report because of what has been happening in this World Cup.
Yes,
and I'm
sir.
picking this Cameroon team for the upset. This is the upset game of the day for me.
And why not, Rob?
If any
and
team
why
I
not?
go upset, I'll go with the 1-0 victory. So if you are pick your result, Rob Smith, just pick your result, now, man. Moving over to Uruguay versus South Korea.
You see that?
One of the strong teams from South America, Uruguay, they'll be going up against another Asian team. Will South Korea do like what the Japanese did today? I am not certain, but
there's a chance.
There's a chance. There's an opportunity
for
that to happen.
Inspiration, yeah, man.
Hey, you see Tony Green. When Tony Green are predicting, hey, I didn't get enough of them right, you know.
Yeah,
Tony
I
Green
wonder what's the secret.
The minnows. Everybody has said Argentina gonna give a 5. Me predict them again, you know. Tony Green said, tone it down.
Tone it down.
I tell us, Tony Green and knock with Virgin. Him use a statement, so the ball is round. Every team where a favorite him pick against them. Tony Green, come like him, is a real gambler. You know?
Yeah, well, it's an interesting thing, you know. This World Cup, that's why I'm not jump from the get-go. I, as a Brazilian fan, I'm not getting jumpy and assuming that Brazil is gonna just run over our team that come across and just lift the title easy and lift the crown easy. No. The funny thing and the beautiful thing about this World Cup, listen, most of the players are in season. They're playing actively in their respective leagues. So physically wise, they're fit as a fiddle. They're ready to go. And then when you add the pride and passion of playing for your country, it means that there's no excuse about fatigue and recovering and seeing how you get on. They're physically fit. They know that they know that they're at the biggest footballing tournament in the world. And here's the big thing, if you can handle the pressure and you can actually say, I'm going to produce, we've worked hard to be here and we've got tactics and we're ready to produce and to make a fight of it, it's brilliant because the big teams are expected. Argentina were expected to win, almost just because they called Argentina and they've got the record on 30 games unbeaten. Germany expect to win because they are Germany. Spain, England, expect to win because they are Croatia expect to win in certain people's eyes. But the minnow, quote unquote, minnow teams, if they've got the mental attitude to say we are here to fight, and we are here, we are proud to be representing. This is the height of some people's footballing lives. For the Saudi Arabians, this was the biggest occasion, and it is the biggest occasion being at the World Cup. For the Japanese, it's the first time on the world stage people get to see them. And because of that, you can't just turn up and assume, oh, we're here, we're the big boys, you know our names, you know that I'm a big baller, you know I play for a big club in Europe, you know that, innit? All right, let's just, excuse me, I'm gonna score this goal. No, when somebody says, no, forget your reputation. Who cares about your reputation? That's what I saw with Canada. That's what I saw with Japan. I'm not going to let you score. Even the Saudi Arabians, if you think that was a game was thrown, you check out the goal line clearances and the last ditch tackles thrown in by the Saudi Arabians. You check it out. Listen, when you fight, Argentina could have won that game 3-0. How many have you seen how many goals were cancelled out because of the offside?
3.
Unbelievable. So it wasn't a gimme. Gunners was suggesting that something sure. No, it's not a gimme. Sometimes you've got to have something called luck. Yeah, man. Sometimes you have to have a look a bit or something called luck. And they said we're gonna play the high line.
Luck work in a sports, man. Luck is a part of sports too.
Yeah, man. Then play the high line. We're gonna go and play the high line. And Argentina were not wise enough to say, all right, hold back, and then beat the offside trap. And it cost them on the day. This is the beauty of sport. We don't just turn up and know say something gonna happen and this is gonna happen and it's just predictable. No, that's the beauty of football. It's the beauty of sport. Uruguay, South Korea. You know, sir, I'm gonna go for an upset. I'm going for a little upset, you know. I'm feeling in the upset mood. South Korea, I would imagine, would be the proverbial underdog for this game. But Cavani is up in age. Suarez is up in age. It's not a gimme. Valverde, wonderful midfield. I'm looking forward to seeing him in midfield. I've heard a lot about him. I want to see if he can deliver. But the South Koreans, many of them I don't know. They've got, of course, Son Heung-min for Spurs, and he will be leaving it on the pitch. I know he had a fractured cheekbone, which is incredible to see that he's recovered and is available to play. I'm going to go for the upset, and the upset is a draw. You see, I've compromised there. The upset is a draw. Uruguay is not going to just turn up and win that game. We'll get some
Andrews for another one still, you know. Or some warm Pepsi with Panama.
Oh, yes. Upset. Thank you very much for your concern. You think you're easy. Full respect, CD. Look, I don't know what the viewers and subscribers are saying here. Hit the like button, please. Hit the like button and support and give Coaches Desk a strength and give yourself a strength for being in the comment section. Big up yourself, full respect. Uruguay will be expected to win this game, but this is a tough group. Remember, the winners and runners-up are going to be dealing with Group G. This is Group H. And the winners, so this is going to be very tasty going forward. This is just the opening salvos. And based on all the other results from the other groups, these are the last guys being introduced to the party. Group G and Group H. And Uruguay and South Korea, they're going to be, listen, it's going to be interesting. I'm going for another draw. I'm going for an exciting 2-2 draw.
Uruguay and South Korea?
Uruguay, South Korea. I don't expect the goals to be thrown.
Bola Richard, you do it already. You now get the opportunity to do it again. You do it in the EPL. You can't switch your score line, man.
Mr. Draw. Mr. Nilal? You hear me say Nilal? Mr. Goalless? You never hear that? Watch the rewind and say, if that word never come out of my mouth. Not that I recall.
So what did you say?
I said a draw. I said it's gonna be an upset, and I almost said South Korea, but I said I'm compromising. It's gonna be a draw. People think Uruguay is gonna win this.
Goalless draw.
No, okay. No, I did not say goalless.
So 2-2 now.
2-2. Go on, let's have some goals. 2-2 draw. South Korea fight. 2-2. Why not? Draw. That's the operative word. Draw. Very interesting.
Lengthy Soliloquy.
Mm-hmm.
To sit on the fence with that.
Who said
Hey,
that?
look at me. Hey,
I want a
look
name
at
and
what
address.
I
You know,
beat
there
on
were
them in the
levels.
comment section, so you have to be careful.
There were levels to this thing, you know. There were levels to this thing. If you want to come on and reason with the reason boss, you're more than welcome. There are levels to this thing, you know. You know when in a game of football, I speak like a football game, you know. At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, 99 minutes, 98 minutes, 110 minutes played, and what happened? You can have a 1-0 scoreline. Well, you
So I
saw
see
what
him
happened
thing.
with Belgium. Yeah, man, when it's all said and done, 90 odd minutes, 98 minutes, and it's 1-0. Or you can have a drawn game like Morocco against Croatia when it's all said and done. So soliloquies have their places. Football is a living soliloquy.
All right. Portugal, Ghana. That's
That's
another big game. Cristiano Ronaldo, is he under some pressure with the being fired from Manchester United, banned from 2 games? It doesn't matter which club he goes to. Is he under a little pressure? Will that pump him up to go and tear apart this Ghanaian team?
You know, as I was about to ask you the question, you must have answered that. It's the first time I've spoken with you about Mr. Ronaldo. You seem like you're in a good mood, so you've almost answered the question. What's your thoughts on his immediate dismissal from Manchester United?
Why? Richard, why you spoil the stream, brother?
No, sir, hold on, fix up and look sharp, sir.
No,
say fix.
Me know you ask me no question about Ronaldo right now. Any question you ask me about, how am I gonna play against Ghana?
Well, I hope him to feel like you just suggest like you feel, because if he's down in the dumps, he might not be bringing A game, B game. He might be bringing a D minus game to the party. This is the mother of all parties, Mr. Ronaldo. I hope he's not feeling like CD.
Stick up in there, Richard.
Yes, sir.
Hold on, let me write down Christopher Wright's score. He says 3-2 win for Portugal, right?
So I'm saying, all right.
I am going with a 2-1 victory. But for Portugal, listen to me.
Listen good.
All right, you see Rob Smith inboard now ask me that. You see you, Rob Smith, with your inconsistency. Here, you know, this is my upset. Ghana 2-1. He just spoke about the African teams, you know, and not by sentiments, but by I know he might go with Ghana to go over Portugal, because even on the scouting report, Portugal would have been ahead. So, Rob Smith, you quickly said ask me that. My cricket's voice.
Oh God. Hey.
I have Portugal. I have Portugal a possibility going all the way to the finals.
Ooh, Mama Africa.
So what with that said, I think Portugal have a very good team, you know. And
on paper they do.
Yeah, on paper, but the only person I think that can disturb or disrupt or mess up that team, there's the same goat where they get out of Fim Penny now. You understand?
Lord have mercy.
I believe that if Ronaldo charge up like Sonic and explode, he might, you know, go on a bag of things tomorrow, depending on his mindset. He has a very talented bunch of youths around him. But you see, if him going there with certain mindset of customer them on the field and one coach on the field, them are going to have a problem.
Trouble at the dance.
They are going to be in problems. The Africans are the Ghanaians' strong team in terms of physicality, but do they have the finesse and the clinicality? I want to have a better term in front of the goal.
That's the key for me.
To put away this Portugal side. And I don't believe that. I believe Portugal will score 2 And because of the physicality of this Ghanaian team, they will score 1. But I don't see where they have that finesse, like I said before, to close out this game. I remember saying that in another stream, about me not see no team a score against Argentina and whatever. But one thing I looked into, Richard, in terms of these predictions, you have to look at the tactics of the coaches as well.
Correct.
That is a critical. Who is gonna be a more tactical coach? Who is gonna ensure that he gets his players? Because it's all about motivation and man management and all of these things as well. Get your players out there to play the type of football that you want to play. Would you be able to make an in-game tactics, change the tactics to, put up a little shield against the darts that are coming from the opponents? So, to me, I don't know if for me, if I were to pick one of those African teams, it would have to be a Senegal team to go all the way. But Mane is not there. But as the upsets are taking place in the tournament, I have to pick Cameroon as the one to win. But because Ghana play Portugal, it got tough on them. And that's why I never pick them in this one. So I'm going with Portugal 2-1. So are you alone leave for picking up? Chris Wright 3-2 for Portugal. KS Sports 2-2. Actually 2-1 to Ghana. So actually I put him in prediction, reputation on the line. So
I'm going 1-0.
You know, Richard.
I'm going 1-0 Portugal.
1-0 Portugal.
Conservative, but 1-0 Portugal. Portugal, if they have any aspirations of getting out of this group first or second, they want to start off ideally with a win. This Ghanaian team is supposed to be put away. Cristiano Ronaldo wouldn't want to leave this pitch. Bruno Fernandes, Joao Felix, Cancelo, Manchester City.
Tell us them have a good team, man.
Yeah, talented, man, wonderful. Team. Talented team. They're not going to be, because of the motivation, because of the expectation levels that they will have inside that camp. Ronaldo could be his last World Cup. This team, talented, very talented. Yeah, man, could be, especially at his peak. Look here, yeah, man. I don't think this is a team that Brazil played in a friendly. Brazil played 2 friendlies against Tunisia and Ghana, and they took care of Ghana pretty tidily. The Portuguese team is very talented. They have an attacking thrust. Andre Gomes, Bruno Fernandes, Joao Felix. They should have too much firepower when it matters. I don't see them coasting during the game, feeling that a pint will do nicely. I got the feeling that Croatia, for example, against Morocco, was playing as though after a while it was, well, if we get a breakthrough, yeah, man, give thanks. But right about now, if we leave with a point from this game, yeah, man, yeah, they don't want to lose the game. Yeah, that was the mindset. I don't think the mindset for Portugal will be, we can finish the game and get a point, and a point apiece will be a good result. I think they'll be motivated and should be. That's the performance I'm looking for. A winning performance by any means necessary. But don't be fooling the shit off to lose the game to Ghana. That would be an upset, and that would really burst the balloon of Portugal, because these 2 games, this is a big group. It's going to be up for grabs. It's an open group. Yeah, man. So open in Salvo. Can't wait for it. But 1-0 Portugal, I say. 3 points, but anything can happen. Very exciting, interesting games, one way or the other.
And don't think the teams don't go into this World Cup with their game plan, especially in terms of how they are going to be gathering points, because going into a championship, you have to know that there might be spills and there might be thrills.
Absolutely.
So you have to ensure so your calculation is on par. So how do I approach this game? If I get 3 points in the first game, because the overall tactics of the coach of Saudi Arabia changed now, how do I avoid losing the other game and don't have this as a if any a great occurrence that happened with Argentina. You understand? So them have to ensure so the tactics change. All right, how many more points do I need to gather so I can safely move to the next round? So all of this taken into consideration. A man not just come a World Cup just to play him system and all of that. Them sit down and them have them pundits or whoever in them team will do all of the calculation and say, all right, worst case scenario. Me need a draw, like you said with Croatia. Me now go lose. I rather take a point and see how me can improve in the second game than losing. So all of these things are taken into consideration. All right. So the big bad game now. The big bad game. Yeah.
Yeah,
The big
yeah,
bad game.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
But you know what? All right, so Brazil, world number 1 team,
Take time,
will
no?
be
Take time. Go on.
coming into center stage in the World Cup. Many folks want this Brazil team to lose. You know what I mean? It's been like a few years now, probably about 20 years since Brazil last lifted the trophy. About that year, yeah, when the Buff
2002.
General helped them 2002. You understand? So they are on a hiatus and they want to break that. And what a better place to do it than there's no better place to do it rather than in Qatar. Yeah, it's not very far. 7 games. They need to do this. 7 games. And you're talking about Brazil, Argentina coming off a 35 game unbeaten streak.
Yeah.
It's a good run. People talking about Brazil's defense is very weak. You understand?
They'd be mistaken. They would be mistaken, by the way. They'd be mistaken.
Brazil have 15 games unbeaten run across all competitions. Let me put it out there, some facts. You understand? Last 7 in the process by an aggregate score of 26-2.
Yeah.
How many goals them score? How many score against them? The same team that they said don't have a defense.
There's no defense for that. There's no defense for that kind of argument against Jamaica, against Brazil's defense. I must say Jamaica. Look here. The last 50 games Brazil have played, you know how many goals they've conceded in the last 50 competitive games? That includes 5 friendlies. 50 games, viewers and subscribers. How many goals do you think they've conceded in 5-0 games? 9. 9. Count it. 9, not double figures, 9. And remember, Costa Rica. Hey, me not laugh. Fun and joke aside. Costa Rica, they shipped 7 in 1 game. We're talking about levels. We're talking about perspective. Look here. But the interesting thing about football, again, is that records are there to be broken. And repetitions.
Like Argentina.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Hey, did you? I don't know. You did say somebody did predict that Saudi Arabia. Did Rob predict that? Somebody predict that Saudi Arabia would actually defeat. Or was it Gunners, boss? I wonder who really predicted that.
Tony Green did
Tony.
say. Is that a 2-all jar, 2-1? Tony Green did say.
That's incredible, Tony. I salute you. You're not a respecter of reputations, and I respect you for that. It's all about delivering on the day. But you know what? Preparation comes into the equation. Brazil have been preparing. Chiche has been preparing, and the squad has been preparing, chomping at the bit. We want to get into this team, and with the likes of Bobby Firmino, Cunha, Gabigol, Barbosa, not making the eventual cut for this team, and the likes of Martinelli, Jesus, Pedro of Flamengo, Anthony of Manchester United, formerly of Ajax. These guys make a run. Rafinha has come to the team. The Charlatan have come into the team. and have taken to international football like a duck to water. They are there. And listen, to make the squad for the Brazilian team and to make the Brazilian squad, the Seleção, you have got to be playing. You don't just turn up there and you're there on reputation. And that's why I hardly mention things like people like Neymar, you know, Lucas Paqueta, Casemiro. These guys, they wear their shirt and badge with pride. They know the work that is required and the expectations, the levels. 1958, 1962, 1970, 1994, 2002, a bag of finals and semi-finals. The history, never missed the World Cup. Only nation, never. Every World Cup they've been in attendance. They've got, you're talking about levels and pressure. How you deal and handle pressure and expectations. No one knows the pressure they're under like they do. But sometimes it's how you deal with the pressure. And why are you under pressure? It's because you've got a reputation. It's because you have done something. And it's their time to deliver. And if you deliver and somebody can outdo you, then credit to them. But you need to know your preparation has been on point. You need to know, as you rightfully said, Coach's Desk, that you need to bring your game tactically, physically, mentally, emotionally. You've got to be there and ready for the fight. Ready for the fight. Serbia are going to be looking to be fighting. You imagine if you turn up to a game and you know that most people are watching and saying, yeah, you're going to win the game. Just think about that. Jamaica went through the octagonal. There were a bag of people many times who say, yeah, man, we're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. No problem. We're going to win this game. We're going to win this game. We're going to hold out for this game. That's one thing. But what do you deliver? How do you perform? And that's the key. As fans, as the 12th man, we can only support and cheer and groan and cheer and encourage and shout based on what those players are doing out on the pitch. And I'm confident that the Seleção is going to deliver. I'm confident in this game, they're going to go into the pitch and deliver and be prepared to adjust if necessary. But they know they're going to have to work for it. Don't be under no illusion. And that's why I'm keeping cool and humble. Because Serbia, they'll know that this is going to be a tough game. Those guys they're going to be facing ain't no joke.
Here some facts, Richard. Big up to Christopher Wright for that super chat. No, Brazil would have faced Serbia on 2 occasions, right? They did not concede. The last time Brazil conceded was 1-0 lost to Argentina in the Copa.
Yep. Salutary lesson. Yeah, man. Big thing. Not one goal. Remember, super skills, no goal scored. Not one solitary goal them did score in that game. Lost game, set and match Argentina. Go ahead.
CC, big up yourself.
CC, big up yourself. Seleção fan. Big up yourself, CC. Come in if you want.
One thing I have to tell you about the Serbia team, though.
Speak it.
They crashed after crashing out of the World Cup stage, previous 3 World Cups, since again independence in about 1990. There's some sense of optimism in this World Cup that they can finally reach a knockout stage because of I really picked them and Brazil to get out of this group. No, don't take this team lightly, don't you, Richard?
Not at all. Not at all. Mitrovic.
They are called the Eagles.
Company.
And you know, say Eagles soar. They are ranked 25th in the world. And they had an impressive UEFA qualifying. They topped their group. Don't forget that. Winning 6 and drawing 2 of their 8 matches, including a last gasp 2-1 triumph over Portugal in their final fixture.
Big time result.
Stojkovic is their coach.
Big time result.
Stojkovic is their coach. That's Dragan Stojkovic.
What? Dragan? Yeah, him seeing one? Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Big player.
I don't want us to take this
lightly.
lightly.
Not at all, sir. Speak it, sir. Speak it.
And we're not going to take it lightly. You understand? I mean, Stojkovic would have probably have a lot of experience playing football before. Tite is a veteran coach. So, does he spark us as the man to bring this Seleção to the World Cup final and triumph?
It's his second. Bear in mind, it's his
And yes,
second
it's
World
his
Cup.
second stint. Yeah.
Second World Cup. So he's a veteran coach internationally. Absolutely, one of the finest minds. Led Corinthians wonderfully well. He's had a terrific CV. But internationally, his first time in the international arena was in that twofold. Well, ultimately, he took over and led them to the 2018 World Cup. And he was interviewed in the Guardian newspaper over here recently, and he said he's learnt a lot from that first experience. He said something interesting. For example, he said when he was on the touchline, he got mad during the World Cup because there was a foul on one of the Brazilian players. I'm not sure if it was in the Belgium match or not, but he said there was a foul, and he said it was a foul. The referee didn't call it, and he got mad. And for the next few minutes, 10 minutes, he was upset and chanting and mumbling. But he said he wasn't like himself, he wasn't contributing enough to the team. And he said 4 years on now, he's learned. Subsequent to that, he said, yes, we can, have a word with the referee, and we can focus on the game. And sometimes you won't get the bounce of the ball or the decision going your way, but you need to focus. And of course, the big thing, Neymar in 2018 was recovering from an injury. He had to be nursed through and perform. He had to balance himself between actually performing at his optimal and avoiding getting injured. And it was a fine balancing act. Hey, Neymar is one of the best players that I've seen. His influence for Brazil, I've been watching since when he came on the scene and representing, going into that 2014 World Cup, his performance in 2018, and then up until this current campaign in Qatar. That man is a baller. And ladies and gentlemen, viewers and subscribers, he's in form. He knows that this is his moment to shine. He knows that for the Seleção, this is the opportunity to leave it on the pitch. It's not going to be easy, but they are there on a mission, and they are there with full permission. Hey, don't take Serbia for granted. I think they met in 2000. In fact, they met Serbia and Switzerland. Viewers and subscribers, in case you didn't remember, and if you do, full respect, they met, in Russia in 2018.
And it was a hard-fought victory for Brazil.
Yes, was it 2-0, I believe? I think it was 2-0.
Or it was 1-0.
I'm not sure. I think it was a 2-0. If it was a 1-0, it would be hard fought. Either way, it was hard fought. They had the edge over them, the cutting edge, technically and physically. Brazil, as I said, Brazil are always up for the fight. For the most part, they're up for the fight and deliver. And Serbia were they presented a challenge, and they will present. I think they'll present an even harder challenge this time. I think they're coming in with a slightly better team, though. If Mitrovic, the Fulham striker, if he's not fully fit, that would be a tricky situation for them, because he leads the line. He is the go-to player. He was there in 2018, and he's there again. And look, I'm prepared for, and I'm sure Chiche will have told his players, prepare for the best Serbia, and prepare yourself to perform how we want to perform, to do what we need to do. And that, I believe, when it's all said and done, when the smoke clears, 3 points where I look for the Seleção. Certainly a point, and not a defeat, because Brazil have what it takes to get the job done.
So I love predicting.
Well, I like the idea. This is really a first, because no prediction has come out of the reason boss's mouth where Brazil are concerned scoreline wise. This is the first. Brazil, Serbia. The whistle's not blown yet. When the whistle blows, who's going to be in the lineup? Who's going to come onto the pitch? I'm going nice and easy, steady as we go. Let's see. Brazil 2, Serbia 0. Brazil 2, Serbia 0. But that scoreline could be rendered meaningless. I'm looking for the performance. I mean, looking at the performance, and I can't wait for the game to start. But Brazil 2, if you want something,
I'm going
Serbia 0.
conservative. Brazil 2, Serbia 1.
You see how
Even
great
though
minds can
the
think similar.
Brazilian team have a
Interesting.
very good record, but I think the European team is going to be a good test for them.
Absolutely.
And the long ball, consistent long ball is something that they might have to be dealing with. I think the Serbs are normally tall players, so that might help them a little bit. I don't know. I'm just saying, but for me, it's going to be a tough game. It is going to be a tough game. It's not going to be a walkover game. You understand? These people have been scouted from the group. Come out, they must scout Brazil. All them things. All of these things.
Right.
Every single thing. Do they play 2 different systems? Do they play 3 systems? Do they turn off? Do they turn on? Do they up the notch? You know, a whole lot of things. So they have been scouted. Don't think nobody knows scout Brazil. Of course they do. You know what I mean? People got games, go watch and call about the coach and say, all right, we see they have a pattern of play that allows 1, 2, 3 before they go up front and utilize whatever on the wings. How do we counter that? We see they have another pattern. Play it there, play it there, play it there. Zigzag pattern. You know, some of these things that they will scout for. So it is going to be a very interesting game. And I believe that Brazil will come up with that 3 points because the gravitas of this game is very important to us because these people out there want us to crumble like they did.
My Lord. However,
that won't happen in tomorrow's game.
Could it happen?
It won't.
Could it happen?
Of course, it could happen. However,
it could happen. Yes, you viewers and subscribers.
I'm strongly saying it won't happen. Who vex, make them vex. Who bust like balloon, make them bust. CC, what you say? Look how long the link drop, CC. You're not up on the platform, man. You're just a forward. Look how long the link drop. And a 2 hour with up on the show now. So I don't know. The gravitas fly past you, man.
Big supporter for Brazil and Chelsea. Hey, course means I wonder, Freddy and Casemiro. You expect them to start? Would they start in your team? Are you a big fan, particularly of Freddy? I think Casemiro is one of the first names on the team sheet. Yes, I mean Fred. I think he's pronounced Brazilian Freddy. But yes, Fred himself. Yeah, man. You rate him?
No, I wouldn't start him. Let me tell you the possible starting lineup.
I have a couple of lineup, but by common consent, no likely lineup.
Alisson, Danilo, Thiago, Marquinhos, Sandro, Casemiro, Paquita, Rafinha, Neymar, Vinny Jr., and Richarlison.
That is one strong lineup that can definitely start. That lineup can definitely work. Yeah, man. That's the same one we have. That can drop, yes. That can drop nicely. And the beautiful thing about that can drop nicely. What can I say? The beautiful thing is that they've got alternatives, the backup, because it's gonna be a squad,
The bench seems solid.
Yeah, man. Bench have to come into the equation. That's all. Eden Middletown in defense. Alex Tellers can be a backup if necessary. Then in mid, and then over there on the right hand side, you've got Anthony who could drop in. That's a my lord, bad boy player. That's a Rafinha. Rodrigo can come in. Gabriel Jesus can come in. Gabriel Martinelli. These are guys' options on the left-hand side. They're spoiled for choice. Pedro is a technically gifted striker. If you want somebody, a penalty box man, if Canada had somebody like him, can you get a man who can just finish? Boom. Look out for him. Unsung Flamengo player. But it'll be very interesting. Be very interesting. You don't rate Fred enough to make him start. He's a hard worker. He's a box-to-box midfielder who he's not let down for the most part. He's not let down Chiche over the years, and him and Casemiro have got a very, very good understanding. But Paqueta, he's a guy who can play common consent. He can play 2 or 3 roles in the team. 2 or 3 roles. He can be an attacking midfielder. He can be a box-to-box. He can play on the left. He's a all-rounder. Currently playing his trade for West Ham. He had a bit of an injury, so he came back just before the World Cup was announced. But as I said, the Brazilian fitness regime is on point. Those guys, they don't just say, yeah, we've got the skills and practice, step overs and flicks and all kinds of something like that. There's some sure pony. No. When you see the training, I've watched some of the training sessions, on point. The twitch reflexes, the ability to work in tight spaces, quick passes, under pressure. Hey, yeah, man, they're going to be coming ready. Where's CC? CC, maybe he's busy. Maybe he's just compromised and he cannot join the stream tonight. But I know that CC is a big Celso fan as well as a Jamaican fan. And he will be right behind and right beside.
CC, the link on the link pin.
Wait, CC, take your time. If you see the stream, you see the link, click on the link. If you're having problems, let coaches test know. Very interesting. What's the views and subscribers? What are they saying? What's the comment section saying, predictions wise? Comments wise.
Let me check them out.
Full respect to the commenters and subscribers. Full respect. Rich Post Sports in the house.
Chris writes a 4-1.
What?
Actually 3-1 to Brazil.
Actually.
KY says 6-0 to Brazil.
Mercy, please.
Rob Smith 3-0 Brazil. KS scored 4-1 Brazil. Onika 3-1 Brazil. So that's a Brazilian scoreline there.
Very interesting. One of the interesting things that stands out again.
Yes, you can join the live. We just have a few more. We can give a few more minutes for you to join the live. It is there. You can, the link is pinned. Scroll up and see you pin it again, CD. It's pinned, man. Let me look on it just now. It's pinned. All right. Come in, CC. Scroll to the top of the chat and you see the pinned link. Maybe the comments were coming in so fast that link has gone and can't access it. Why not drop the link again? Once it pin it, come over the top of the something. All right. It's interesting because you talk about the cutting edge. Remember the ability, and that's what makes Brazil such a fine team to support and to watch. If you watch them, the aim of the game in football is to ultimately outscore your opponent. The ability to score is one of the toughest things for the find the back of the net. That's why Ronaldo, Careca, Romario, Pele, these guys made their names by finding the back of the net. Evaldo. Rain Scorpion and forward. If you want, come on. Or you can call in. There's a number you can call in as well. The number is running at the bottom of the screen. So many ways to link up. Lanezra, Fabinho is there, man. Yes, Fabinho, quietly, he's unspoken, very quiet, unassuming character. I saw him interview Fabinho, yes, the Liverpool central defensive midfielder there, so very quiet. He's playing backup. I think he's replaced the likes of Fernandinho as the backup to Casemiro. Of course, you've got Bruno Gomes, who is in with a chance of doing some duties. He's not had too many caps for Brazil, but Fabinho, it's big shoes to fill, when that central midfield area is a very big role to play. Fernandinho came a little short in 2018. He was there in 2014 as well.
But yeah, man, the backup is gonna be a big challenge for Brazil. It's not gonna be an easy campaign. But like I said, wait,
All right,
CC,
we have CC online and we have
Yeah.
Rain Scorpion. Rain
We just
Scorpion.
Rain
come to look
Scorpion,
up 5 seconds to close off the show, but me can tell you something, you see?
Hold on the
come
CC.
here.
Make we hear from Rain first before you jump
Good
in.
night,
And come
Rains.
on
Good
before.
night, Rains.
Good night, man. What's up, man? Been a minute. I've been on this live.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, with Brazil, this World Cup, man, is gonna be a lot of surprises. As you know, I'm Jamaican born, but I carry Argentina and Germany, and both teams were surprised. By we see these little teams that we believe that they ain't doing a deep got guts. Like you said, I was listening earlier that Costa Rica, they were embarrassed, and that's what's
Mm.
the word. That's embarrassed. I don't know what the guy was talking about earlier, but that's an embarrassment. When you go to the World Cup, man, you play with guts, you play with your heart, you put it out there, you die on the field, man. I didn't see none of that. I just sorry that Jamaica didn't have the chance to make it.
Well, we had the chance to make it. We just never capitalize on that chance.
Look, let me be honest. I say that because they start off the campaign wrong from the beginning. See, once you start wrong, it's hard to get it right.
Yeah.
That's where it went wrong. Then changes should have made from after Gold Cup, and they would have a better campaign. But I'm so glad to be in here live. This is my first time being in the live.
Yeah,
I'm
man. Respect for coming,
I've
man.
been on other live before, and I'm listening and I realize you do good work, and I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate that let people all over the world, Jamaicans here and there, know what's going on, and I really respect that, and I really, appreciate what y'all doing, man. I really do.
Yeah, man. Respect.
Respect.
CC, the Brazilian.
Oh Lord,
Yes.
Brazilian.
Yeah. So number one, yeah, brain drain. The added time rule. What I think the FIFA director they had said previous to the World Cup that they acknowledge that a lot of time players waste time during like goal celebrations or other times that are being wasted, right? So I think before the tournament that the guy named Pierre Luigi Collina,
Yeah, the big
chairman of
bad
the FIFA
referee there.
referee committee,
Mm.
they said that the referees would have had the discretion to add time for unnatural stoppages, unnatural loss of time. So there is this thing being added into the added time called unnatural loss of time.
Mm-hmm.
So for the VAR stoppages, for the treatment to injuries, for the goal celebrations, and then time wasting, all of those times will be added back. But I think what
So
persons don't
basically, they
realize,
want CC. They
Mhm.
want to make every minute of the competition should be played on the field
Exactly.
Yeah,
and not lost
yeah,
because of delays.
yeah. Because I
So
think
if
there was
you
this.
go out for the ball
Mhm.
to throw it and you take a little while to go for the ball,
It's
that time will be that those seconds will be added.
Yeah, I think a lot of persons don't realize, say, yo, the added time, um, when, for example, like when a goal score, probably it take a man 1.5 minute to celebrate. 1.5 minute to celebrate, right? So they want to put back that time in the match. And I think there was a discussion in terms of the games before where persons were saying that they wanted, like, football was the active minute that football was being played was at least 60 minutes. And the next 30 minutes was used up in wasting time and other things. So they want more active football being played. So I think some teams now they would have to know that you have to be playing the game, most of the game. But you have the VAR stoppages and those things where you can't stop. But the unnatural loss of time is as a result of players taking too long to for a throw-in, like coach would say, and those things. No, but just I explain the rules. You understand? So I think a lot of persons are seeing
10 minutes and 15 minutes added on, and they're probably wondering as to why that is the case, as Brain Drain alluded to earlier. But as I said before, though, with respect to Brazil, I think we're looking at the tournament and we see how the tournament is shaping up. And I think a lot of persons don't realize, even in the tournament, just like any other football tournament, like the seven that Costa Rica get, in like just like any other tournament, you're gonna have some teams that get scores, like a Iran and a Costa Rica. You're going to have those type of team in any tournament. So I don't even want people to worry about the next coming tournament when you have 48 teams, feeling as if you're going to have a bunch of these teams. But the group stage will be much more strict because the group stages in that World Cup will be three. There will be 3 teams to a group. So the competition now will become more knockout phase. You understand what I say, Rich Paul? It will be more knockout based. So basically, you will have 7. It's still 7. I think it's still 7 games in the World Cup, but you will have 5 knockout games instead of 4. You understand? So it will be 5 knockout games instead of 4 and 2 group games. So imagine a result like today where we had 7-love. You might not get a result like that again, Rich Paul, because a man are gonna know say, yo, a 2 game me have, you know. So if me not get one big score in the first game, I have an opportunity to go through. So the game is going to be much more competitive. When a man gets 7-love in a first game, you know, same can go through. Schoolboy football, that's essential I lose. And at the bottom of the group. And for the last day, them go through the group. You know why? Because it was a group of 4. But when in a group of 3, there's no room for error. A group for 4, a person can lose them first 2 games and still go through in a Rich Paul.
Yeah, man.
But as a group for 3, you lose the first game and you gone in yard. But as I said that. But Brazil, to me, I think Brazil possess a bit more quality than a lot of the teams that you saw that lost. Where I think people don't. I think Brazil played their worst match against Argentina in the Copa America, where they got the 1-love. We never had the opportunity to put on the football and play because I think it was a much more physical encounter that we weren't ready for at that point in time, because I think that's what Argentina did to the game. But based on watching the Brazilian team and the versatility of the players and the hunger that is in the squad, we are a squad that have carried 16 debutants to the World Cup. Vinicius Jr. is chomping at the bits and might not start in that Brazil team come tomorrow. You understand? And that's an impossible thing that you're thinking about. A Rodrigo who is chomping at the bits just to like nipping at the Richarlison heels. You have a Gabriel Jesus eager to prove himself in a Brazilian jersey. You understand? To redeem himself.
Hey, CC, a quick question, because we know say you love your Brazilian football. You know your thing. So glad for reason with you, and not only know but hopefully going on in the competition. Gabriel Jesus, do you agree that he is not an out-and-out striker, and he's not the guy to pin your hopes on in terms of leading the line? Charleston is the better option, and followed by Pedro if necessary.
I think Richarlison is going to be the option. Richarlison is the option. Pedro is also there, and the guy named Rodrigo. Rodrigo Goes, to me, I would put that guy in the number 9 role before I put Gabriel Jesus there. I think Gabriel Jesus is not an out-and-out striker and cannot necessarily operate in that role. I think Gabriel Jesus is on the field. You play Neymar at striker, but you play Neymar as the false 9. So Neymar could, if Gabriel Jesus is playing, if Gabriel Jesus plays tomorrow, which I don't think he will start, if he does play, you would have Neymar going into they would not play a number 9, and Neymar would play false 9. Because you would have, I think, Rafinha, Gabriel Jesus, and Neymar, with Neymar playing the false 9 role, and Jesus. And you understand what I say, Rich Paul? Because based on Gabriel Jesus' style of play, it would be a rotating front 3. So you wouldn't necessarily have an out-and-out striker. But a lot of persons underestimate Richarlison as an out-and-out striker. Richarlison, to me, is an out-and-out striker. Out-and-out, back to the goal striker. And I think people might see him in a Everton, or they might see him in the Premier League and think this guy is a different animal when he's in a Brazilian jersey. Different type of animal. We bust him face for Brazil. May I tell you, the way how he plays, and the young youth named Rodrigo Goes, that youth him full of touch. And he just need a sniff of this goal. Yeah. So the opportunity that the competition in the squad, the competition in the attacking positions in the squad is rife. And I think the guy named Pedro offers a different type of dimension. And I think a game like Serbia is a game like that where, depending on if it's not going Brazil's way in the first half, a Pedro can come and be unorthodox and change it up. Because you would have known that, like, they would have seen a lot of these guys playing, but they would not have probably, unless they go for tapes to see a Pedro. And I think that's the advantage that I think Brazil would have possessed in years before, where when Brazil last won the World Cup, half Brazil team played in Brazil. That is what a lot of persons don't know, you know. The last time Brazil won the World Cup, they had 23 players that they brought. And I think they had 12 players that played their club football in Brazil. All of which after that World Cup came to Europe. But they weren't at Europe. Gilberto Silva wasn't at Europe. He came after come Barca Arsenal midfield. All of those guys were in Brazil playing. And I think sometimes when people say, why is Pedro going? But you have to understand that I think Pedro is the more like the top Brazilian striker in terms of the Champions League in South America. So, and I think he gives a different dynamic to the team. But the Serbian team with Vlahovic and Mitrovic and Vlahovic, that guy from Juventus, Mitrovic, they have that physical presence, I think, that can trouble Brazil. But I don't think they have that. I see the hunger in the Brazilian squad, where to me, that game to me is like a 4-1. For me, I think Brazil has to stamp their class. That's the last game of the first round. 2:00. You're closing the first round as a Brazilian team. And the fact that I think a lot of persons were disappointed in the tournament before, based on the team that was there and stuff. There's a lot of things that, and they would have had time to see. They would have seen how other teams have played. They would have seen Germany. They would have seen Argentina. And they would have seen that this is not a World Cup that you're coming and taking anything for granted. They would have seen Canada versus Belgium, where Canada was the undisputed. Probably Canada was the better of the two teams on the pitch. You understand? So they would have seen all of these things. They would have seen how these teams are playing and know that, here what, at the end of the day, we have to beat teams to go through. They would have seen how France dispatched of Australia. So would have realized, this is not a World Cup that you're coming to joke around, or you're coming to expect that it is the Brazilian magic that is going to carry you through. It is the grit and the might. But I think for every position in Brazil team, there's a person on the bench that is pushing to play. And that to me will offer a little bit more. The steel, there's also steel in the midfield. Because if you look at the bench, you have a Bruno Guimaraes that is not going to start. And he's there as an option. So I think with a Casemiro and those guys starting, they're not comfortable. Not one Brazilian player on that pitch will be comfortable.
Hey, CC, let me ask you a question, man. As a Brazilian fan, who would be a better option as a goalkeeper?
As a Brazilian fan, who's the better option? Alisson, all day, every day.
Okay.
Alisson, all right, look at it like this. I think Ederson is probably better with the feet, but Alisson is a goalkeeper. Ederson to me feels as if Ederson is like a defender converted into a goalkeeper. A ball-playing defender, a ball-playing center-half converted into a keeper, like a Lucio type center-half converted into a keeper. That is how I see Ederson. But I see Alisson as a Claudio Taffarel with better feet. You understand what I say, Rich Paul? Like, I think Alisson is an out-and-out, a keeper. A person who doesn't give rebounds, a person who collects, like, is a natural goalkeeper, in my opinion. But he look he has the ability to also play with his feet. But I think Edison, for me, doesn't seem like Edison started keeping. I think Edison to me look like from a 3-year-old, 4, 5, 6 he has been keeping. But I think Edison seems to me like he has been an outfield player that was converted into becoming a goalkeeper. He's very good enough, but you can see some mistake that I see him make. That's not a goalkeeping mistake. Like to me, that's just the point.
Scorpio, what do you think? What did you think? What do you think?
I'm not a fan of Brazil. I just want to get his opinion on it. I've seen them both play from Manchester City and Liverpool, and one played better with the ball at foot. And like Brazil and other countries, they like to play the ball from the back. They don't like kick the ball out. They like to play the ball from the back. And most coaches now want the ball to play from the back. Like Pep played. Pep is the type of guy like this. If he asks you to play a certain way and you do something different, it's a problem. And as he said, I give it to Allison. He's a good keeper, but I just want to hear his opinion because he's a Brazilian fan. I'm not. I never really go for Brazil. No
Who you
offense.
support?
I'm an Argentinian fan. Way before Messi was even born. I'm an Argentina fan.
Can I ask you? I know that you said you was an Argentina fan. Can I ask a quick question? Messi, Maradona, can he fill those boots, or it's never the case?
The only way right now for Messi to fill them boots, to be honest, he got to win a World Cup. See, this what really define a player according to the history of FIFA or football. If you haven't won a World Cup, you're classified. No matter how good you are, it doesn't matter how many Ballon d'Or you got, you're still not classified better than a player that played back in the days that won a World Cup. Even now, they still can't put Neymar with Pele. It's a total different. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
Pele won
Well,
World Cup, Neymar ain't won any. Same thing goes for Messi.
hmm?
He haven't won one yet. If he win this, then you can put him in the same shoe.
But I think a lot of persons don't realize that, for example, you see, and I think it's the weight of the nation, no? When you're playing for your club, yes, the people them love the club and there's fans of the club. But guess what? I mean, you can always switch a club. It's just we that are say oh, a loyalty, so we could not switch club. Even though persons switch their allegiance to other country, majority, like 95% of the country is stuck with this country. This is the country where you're stuck with. So,
Country of choice, whatever. Yeah.
so like Lionel Messi now, it means more to the Argentina people if you win them a World Cup than the Bagatelle. Argentina people don't care about the Bagatelle when you win.
I know.
Is the World Cup them want? For Brazil, Neymar, and I think people don't realize this, it's a pressure. Pressure is when Neymar said, I think Neymar is under extreme pressure. And because he said this is going to be his last World Cup, he's 30 years old. And he's deciding to say, oh, this is his last World Cup. That is pressure, Rich Paul. That is pressure.
It's a pressure fight, man.
Yeah, that is pressure because that is when you know that when you look, the class of Brazil, the Brazilian class, you don't want to be labeled as Zico and Socrates and those guys. Great, but never won a World Cup. He doesn't want to be in that conversation. I'm gonna go look back on Neymar's career. Neymar will be the leading goal scorer for Brazil when he retires. He needs 2 goals to tie Pele. But if he does not win a World Cup, I'm gonna go say, but that are just longevity stat or accumulated aggregate stat. So that is going to be a useless stat, Rich Paul. That is going to be a useless stat. And that's what I keep telling people, that the statistics count, but then everything else around the statistics, because a man I got to tell you, Zinedine Zidane never scored a bunch of goals at the World Cup in his career. But when Zinedine Zidane laced up his boots and played for France, you saw what he brought to the table, and it's like he man carry France on him back. Other players around him was doing it. But when you are a superstar player for a team, this is what I think a lot of persons I will look for in Neymar to show me that he has this character. Ronaldo came to the 98 World Cup, was the best player in the World Cup before him get the seizure. He ended up winning the golden ball in that World Cup. However, Ronaldo felt as if he let down his nation. Ronaldo came back 18 months out of injury, straight into the World Cup, and dominated 2002 and lifted this trophy give Brazil because he felt as if he let down his nation in 1998. So 2018, when Neymar became the joke of the world, based on whatever took place in Russia, he knows that he has the back of Brazil, the Brazilian public. Remember, you know, Brazil population is 300 million down there in the continent, you know. But if you check Brazil population, is probably 2 billion. And then you have a next set of people where they might get up and watch Brazil because they're 18. Everybody now, everybody when you look on social media, Rich Paul, you're not seeing nobody else with no other side. It's just Brazil out there. Every man wants his anticipation of seeing Brazil play. Who know want Brazil lose from who want Brazil for win? But I tell you, I think tomorrow to me though, tomorrow is like to me probably going to be the greatest day in the World Cup so far because I say tomorrow, the fixtures that are tomorrow, the group of death is going to be open tomorrow. No, that's not Brazil's group, you know. Brazil group is a fairly decent group because Switzerland is a good tournament team. Serbia is a good tournament team. But I see that group named Portugal, Uruguay, Ghana, and South Korea. That's 4 teams that is looking at each other and saying, I have a chance, you know?
I tell you what, I want you to listen to me. You know, defense win game.
Yeah, man.
That's what beat Argentina yesterday. Defense win game. Victory.
Beat Germany as well. Beat Germany as well.
Comes in a high of a defense. A lot of people don't know. You can attack all you want to. If I'm blocking all your shots, I ain't talking about soccer, I'm just talking in general. If I'm blocking all your shots, what's going to happen is you're going to get tired. It's just like fighting. When a person fighting in they start win. Guess what happened? Because you defend, now you have the upper hand. So now they're pushing with soccer now, you're pushing everybody forward to score. Guess what? You got one player back. All we need is a good release. Defense, beat attack. And a lot of people don't realize that. It's good to have an attacking team, but it's also good to have a good defending team. You see what I'm saying?
And that's what makes Brazil such a fearsome proposition. Though the biggest thing, again, we're looking forward to this, anticipation is high. How did Brazil, just like 4 years ago in Russia, I mean, how did they deal with the European opposition? Over the last few World Cups, it's the European opposition, no matter how good Brazil have been, that have been the Achilles heel ultimately for Brazil. In 2010 in South Africa, it was the Dutch team, beat Dunga's team 2-1. In 2014, they were done over big time, by big time. And it was a big time something by Germany. 2018, one of the best tournament matches in that tournament, and Belgium brought their A game, and that could have been a World Cup final in itself, and that did for Brazil. And Neymar, hey, listen, Neymar's one of the great players of all time. You know, he's one of the great players of all time. But this World Cup, it may not be his last, but I know that for PSG, him, Mbappe, and Messi have been nursing themselves through and performing. They brought their A games, and I'm looking forward to seeing Neymar perform. He's ready to perform. He's not the man who's going to do it all on his own. He's got able support, different from 2018. It's a different mix.
You know what I want, Rich Paul? I'm looking forward to Vinicius making these guys fear him, like how them fear Mbappe. Right now, I'm tell us everybody look at Mbappe, you know. I feel like them afraid of Mbappe, you know.
They've got cause. France with Mbappe, Giroud, and Dembele. That's the only reason that I rate France.
And then the guy with the name Dembele never played the last World Cup, so you know, say, hey, I want to tell you about. Anyway, I'm not talk about them. Them they have to later. But I tell you, say, tomorrow with Brazil, I want to say all of them when them look for Brazil tomorrow got fret. No joke in a game, Rich Paul. No joke in a game. Tita don't talk to them. No joke in this.
Oh, you mean?
There's no joke.
You see the preparation camp they had in Italy. They've got the preparation camp. They know the history. They know what the expectation is. They know the.
Bonita tomorrow.
Oh, you mean?
Yeah, man, me I tell you, them Serbians are frustration are gonna be reach them, man. When them see man a drop ball to Salah and a turn ball, but a frustration. Which point me now tomorrow me don't want to see no functional European football. No man.
Functional what?
Yeah, man, functional. That. Some functional thing like some robot thing you pass around this around. Me want to see. I'm gonna throw some ball, throw some Salah and so. Watch this ball game at tomorrow evening.
It's gonna be a tight game, man. I give Brazil 2-0. That's it. It's gonna be a tight game.
Rain Scorpion, man, I tell you this. First of all, Brazil are going to have 2 penalty alone in that game. Because them, man, when them get frustrated and start kick down, man, them, man, watch what go on. A frustration are going to reach them. Because them can't manage Vinicius Jr. So them have to go foul him. They can't manage Rafinha. Right now, to me, Neymar go drop back and play number 10. Natural number 10. And that Neymar go play because he's going to realize, unleash them out upon them.
He knows it.
Anyhow, I see them come and try this I-line business here. When I see a lot of these teams are playing, this I-line thing, a lot of the look underdog team, them play I-line Rich Paul. I mean, I tell you, just watch tomorrow, man.
Listen, Neymar, yeah, at you coming. Aye, yes, indeed. Mercy, please.
Somebody else.
Pot cover tomorrow.
Oh, you mean? Hey.
Let me ask a question. I know we're talking about Brazil, but what do you think about the match with United States and England?
You know, I'm glad that you brought that up, Scorpion, you know, because I was going to ask CC and I'm going to ask you about England and the United States, but England particularly. When people say England not ready.
But Richard.
CC, yes, sir.
Remember, sir, I tone we are toned down now. This look like a different conversation, you know?
Yeah.
We are toned down. We don't want to switch up this. Fire, listen. Hey, CC.
Anyway, so that we have 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Oh, I'm glad you're in
5 minutes.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you said that. All right, let me see. CC, go on. Where have to say?
Oh, that USA game after?
No, well, let me say we have 5 more minutes on this particular stream. I'm gonna ask you about. All right, let more to check out. Fred, what do you make of Fred and Paqueta? The Fred Paqueta midfield dynamics. The midfield is an engine room. I think it's vital in this World Cup campaign. Are you a Fred fan? Are you a Fabinho fan, or do you think Paqueta, who's more attacking, but he can fulfill different roles? Which one do you feel more comfortable with? I'm personally of the mind that flexibility rules the day. I'm happy with Fred and Casemiro, but Paqueta is a bad boy.
I think they probably end up playing Fred, Casemiro, and Paqueta.
Dangerous, that, you know. If that's the case, that means Vinny might be on the bench. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I was saying to you. I think Vinny might be on the bench.
And he's prepared for that. It's a team. It's a squad. It's going to be a squad campaign, you know. It's a squad campaign.
May I tell you already? So no worry when they listen. Me say Neymar, I take up a mantle. You know what the issue? I think reached Neymar that they did. The mistake that was made, you know, was to give Neymar the captaincy when he was so young and as a star. Pele was never the captain of Brazil. He was the best player. You see, this is a problem, I think, with the South Americans when they're the stars. I doubt. Was it Maradona captain Argentina side?
Man, sure go on tomorrow, Roderick.
In Rain Scorpion? Was it Maradona 1986? Who was the captain?
I don't know who was the captain then.
Exactly. And I don't think it was Maradona.
But that's what really happening. Not coaching, that's what really happening. Once they got a player in a team or a country that it stands out as the elite player, they tend to give that person the responsibility.
But I'll show you something.
And that's what caused them to crack. They put too much pressure on them.
Yeah. 1994, Brazil won the World Cup. Who was the captain? Dunga. And Dunga was probably the least talented footballer on that team. You have Romario, Bebeto, Ronaldo, Cafu. You had Dunga, to me, probably was the least talented player in the team, and Dunga was the captain. 1998, I think Dunga was the captain again, but they lost. But Cafu, I think
Big
Cafu
captain.
was the captain 2002. So I'm saying to you that the player that was Brazil mistake when you're looking at a Neymar because he was scoring so many goals at the age of 21, 22. They give Neymar this armband. No, 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 no,
He
no,
wasn't
no.
ready.
I don't think those type of players. Those players are mavericks. You understand, Mr. Rain Scorpion? You
Yeah.
do not give the mavericks the captaincy.
You saw
Those
what
players
Greg
are
Burns
mavericks.
did though, right?
Not gravitas tonight, coach. Maverick.
You heard me?
Yeah.
You saw what Greg Burns did though. He didn't give the captaincy to
To police it.
Christian Pulisic. He gave it to Tyler Adam.
Exactly, because you cannot get, you have to
There's too
give
much
it to a
pressure on
player
him.
that can reel in the Maverick. You have to give it to a player like a Thiago Silva who can have the ability to reel in the Maverick. But because the Maverick is the unorthodox player who will do things on the pitch and make things happen. You never see Ronald when Ronaldinho them are captain Brazil, you know. It's the rarest I go see Brazil, you know. I'm telling you because nobody can talk to them. When a star player is the captain of your team, nobody can talk to him.
I believe
Because he's the captain, he's the leader, he's everything right now, you know. Plus
Yeah.
he's the star. But it's when he's the star reason boss and you are the captain, you drape him up, man, and make him know say, yo, watch you know. You make sure because you what man, it's when Thiago Silva look for Neymar, I'm gonna make him know say, yo, watch you know Neymar, you have the ability to win us this World Cup. But don't you understand you have to discipline him. But you as a star is the captain, you're not going to discipline yourself. And we have seen it time and again. The star cannot be the captain. I think Argentina is missing a beat by giving Messi the captaincy. They should have given somebody else in the team. But they want, I do not know what you want to achieve by giving the best player in the team the captaincy when he's probably not the best leader.
Big point. Chicha has got this thing locked down nicely. Yeah. When you see Neymar's performances for the Seleção, it's a different vibe. You know, see when them score goal, a different vibe. Them know what time what clock a strike. No worry about that.
Yeah, what captaincy matters because I remember when he was the captain and they were playing Colombia. I remember after the injury, because this is the last thing I go say. And they were playing Colombia. And I think it was after the injury, and he and somebody got into some fight. Neymar ended up with red card and thing. I think Silva was coming over to talk to him, but he wasn't listening. Some other players wanted to talk to him, and he like him fun off a man on it. But you're the captain, so a man kind of it's like a man try to respect the captain because the captain is probably the whole camaraderie, and you know. So
maturity coming. No worry about that. Maturity.
Remember the coach had took away the captain armband from him, and then was rotating the band around the team until he gave somebody the ban. Yeah, he did it. And at that point in time, Neymar suffered, I think, a 10-game ban. He was in some game ban too, you know. Remember, you know?
Yeah, man.
It was a disgrace, you know, when he was the captain, you know. It was a big embarrassment thing because he had to start about 10 games. But
history that is consigned to the past. The Brazil that we're going to see in a few hours' time, it's a different lick. You've identified the captaincy issue, absolutely right. And we're looking forward with clear lenses to a Brazilian team that Neymar arguably is not the best player. Technically, he's one of the best players, no doubt. In my book, just wait and see how this thing go. When his performances for PSG, he's making PSG tick oftentimes. In this Seleção team, his ability to assist Paqueta, assist Vini, assist Richarlison is making his performances that much better. The rolling around and the antics are past. We're seeing a different, more mature Neymar, and he doesn't have to be scoring. His ability to score and to set up chances, to pick a pass, to make the runs, to dribble, his all-round game is something that I have been thoroughly enjoying these last couple of seasons. And this season, trust me, if you have a TV, take a seat. If you have a TV and you can't find no seat, stand up and just check out this game against Serbia. Because CC, you identify that things are going to go on. Win, lose, or draw. you need to be a crack team to deal with Brazil. But let's see, because as we've already said, Serbia is no joke team. And we've seen this World Cup. Upsets can happen. So let's just see humbly and see how this game go. But watch out, you're going to be seeing something interestingly. And again, because the European teams have done so well, ultimately, when it's got deep into the tournament, France in 2006 did, Henry and Zidane did for Brazil. 2010, 2014, 2018, I'm not taking anything for granted. Make sure you tune in to Brazil versus Serbia and all the games tomorrow, because G and H group are tough groups.
Yeah,
Interesting
Maradona was the
groups.
captain. You know, sir, Rain Scorpion, I think that is why the match with Messi. Maradona was the captain, but Maradona to me was a superior leader to Messi.
That's what makes Maradona superior at the moment.
I think that
in the history book. That's the big
Maradona
difference.
superior to Messi is the leadership.
It's a big thing right there. So, can you handle the mantle of the nation and the captaincy and taking a team? Messi, do you think Messi, CC, straight question.
Yeah.
Can Messi
you're
handle?
The man, you're the star, and you're the captain.
Yes. Can he handle it?
But that's it. That's it still. That's it for
you
me.
know what? He's a very humble person, though.
Yeah, man, that's the thing. I think
he's not loud.
No.
He's not the type of person
I think he's just too reserved, though.
Shout. He don't do that. He's just.
I think, yeah.
See, growing up, he got a disease, and his grandmama, according to history, his grandmama, they didn't want him to play because he got a disease. It was stopping him from growing. And when he first started playing, and they saw him, they're like, "This little young guy, he's good." But then they went to. That's how he ended up being in Spain. He went to Spain to to see doctors, and that's where he ended up started all his treatments, and then they see him, but he's just an humble guy, and I like him for that. But as a captain, you got to be able to dictate, hey, this, you got to be able to talk. You can't just.
But I think he might be. I think that's the thing, though. I think he probably shouldn't have grew up. I don't think after I left and went to Spain, he never had that rough childhood like what Maradona probably have to face to go through in terms of growing up in the Argentine neighborhoods and them things.
But here's the thing: he didn't grow up poor. That's the thing. He wasn't grew up. He didn't grow up.
Exactly. That's the next thing I was going to touch on. I think
Messi was class and he got little money.
Yeah, he grew up a little bit more privileged. Because if I notice in South America, so I mean, it is what it is, though.
But I hope my boy can bring on bring the cup home, and I can say he's the GOAT. I know he's the GOAT. Yes, he is.
Coaches, I know that you've given us some time. You've given us more than 5 minutes. Viewers and subscribers, if you haven't hit the like button, if you haven't, and you've been listening and enjoying the show, please give us strength to Coach's Desk, Rich Post Sports, CC, Scorpion. Hit that like button and big up yourself for the viewers and commenters out there. CC and CD, full respect, by the way, for having us on the show. And it's going to be a wonderful Group G and F, intriguing Group G and F games in Qatar. Is going to be very, very, very interesting. Be there.
Before you close out, y'all going to have a watch along or what?
What kind of sticky still,
Oh, for real?
What's along the time of the day,
Okay. Well, you see, I'm at home. It's holiday, so Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What people have a long weekend they have?
Well, I'm at home because I'm sick, but my Thanksgiving started anyway. Yeah, so I go back to work Monday, but that's a blessing anyway. Blessing in disguise. I'll be able to watch the game.
Clarendon Derby coach.
Yeah.
Clarendon Derby. But
all right, so yeah, people, big up on yourself. Thanks very much for tuning in. Respect to CC, respect to Rich Poe. Respect to Rain Scorpion for stopping by.
Respect.
Appreciate it. Big up the persons in the comment section, all the Brazil haters, all the Argentinians, all the Spanish, the Spanish people, the Spaniards they call them, all the Germans, Just go and do the thing. All is not lost. That's just one game, but it just make it a little bit more difficult for you. So stay safe, people, and please remember to check out this book, Denver and the Mango Tree. Yeah, man, support the Jamaicans, them people, on this book. It was written by Jody and Francis, a Jamaican teacher. It was illustrated. The illustrator is a Jamaican, Wayne Carnegie, all the way over there in cold Canada. Support the thing, people. It is already on Amazon. And of course, you can support Rich Poor book as well, you know. What name again, Rich Poor?
A Maze of Reasons.
A Maze of Reasons. So you can go on the Amazon platform and look for those books. Check them out.
Okay.
Stay safe, people. Until next time. Oh, the book, it
One more
caters
thing,
to 5
Coach.
to 9 years old. So you can check it out. Your son, your daughter, your niece, your nephew, your grandchildren, if you have any.
One more thing, Coach, before you go.
Yeah.
Don't want to. I already talked about something about on Netflix about FIFA is a documentary or something.
Yeah.
What's the name of it?
FIFA Uncovered, and you can watch the captains.
Okay.
Two of them.
Oh, you're talking about with Jamaica and all that stuff?
No, but there's another one named FIFA Uncovered.
Because I saw that one with Andre Blake, and I was like,
that's not something we want to talk about again. But you can watch the other one, FIFA Uncovered.
I was shocked.
Yeah, man. My book is not on Amazon at the moment. I'm gonna release it. It's still unreleased. You can check me out on Richpo2, Richpo, RICHPO #2 Instagram for further details as to how to purchase that book. Richpo2. You can check me on if you're interested in a copy. But in the meantime, yeah, man, give thanks and praise. Brazil versus Serbia, Group G clash, plus all the other games. It's been an interesting, intriguing World Cup thus far, and there's more to come. I'm going to be a part of a live stream, watch along on the game. I'll be co-presenting, and wherever you get the chance to check it out, because things are going to go on. Yeah, man, things are going to go on. Viva Brazil! Viva la Seleção!
All right, big up yourself. Stay safe, people. Until next time. Peace out. Hold on, look at style and flavor we have to try to find to give us.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.